blacksmiths galore. But out in the world I can be so much more. I've met mages and fae, I've met soldiers at war, and set eyes upon distant shores. Long have I traveled across these lands. Long is the journey that never ends. Some say that I'm foolish, some say that I'm bold, to brave the dark forests, wild beasts and the cold. But I choose to roam in ruins of old and sing of their stories untold. Long have I traveled across these lands. Long is the journey that never ends. My journey shall never end. I live the life of the mercenary. I live by blade and shield alone. I do not settle, love nor marry, lest I leave a widow alone. I trek across the land, seeking the jobs for helping hands. If any need a battle to be won, and when I'm given one, I don't rest until it's done. Oh, me, my sword, and my mercenary band. We live the life of the mercenary. Restitution is our creed. We seek the thrill, gold and glory. It's the only life we need. We trek across the land, seeking the jobs for helping hands. If any need a battle to be won, when we're given one, we don't rest until it's done. Oh, be my...
Okay, so welcome back to Wyrdcast, the Exillian Expanse, episode 18. I remember this one. Last session, we left in a bit of a cliffhanger as you entered the town of Marrow's Edge, which is on the fringe of the capital of Obscura. They kind of blend into one. The characters having passed through an outpost where you had many a tumultuous encounter, some more than others. And we begin this session as chaos erupts in the town square of Marrow's Edge. Various citizens throwing off cloaks to reveal armor and symbols of rebellion. Their leader, a staggeringly tall elven woman with long braided hair shorn at the sides, has rallied them with cries of freedom as she threw an axe, sending it soaring through the air to cut the rope that was holding an elven prisoner aloft by the neck. All around you, rebels and guards are locked in combat. You're scattered across the square, blended into the dispersing crowd, but now there is no more hiding. You have one moment, one action. What do do you do? So as you can see, you are spread out on Tailspire. On here, the various different NPCs are grouped in different ways. So you have the rebels in green and the guards in purple. They are locked in combat currently and will not move. All right, just to whittle down the numbers and keep everything simple. There are crowds of people who are moving away, as well as everyone in red is currently your opponents. Ku has already noticed that there are 2 archers, one over here, this guy here, and I will shine a light on him, and one over here. Thanks to his very noticeable perception on the guards last session. We are going to dive into combat, so I will need your initiative rolls. If I bring up the encounter, that would be great, wouldn't it? But
16.
you also have 1 action each of what you would want to do as this erupts into combat.
I got a 3 for my initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 4.
Oh no.
Okay, so
3
a
plus
4
1.
for Bellini, a 3 for Geo. Anything else?
16, sorry.
That's alright. And for Ku,
On, you're muted.
I was muted. 19.
ooh, 19. Let's go. Okay, so yes, you all have 1 free action before we do dive into the full combat encounter. If you want to let me know what you are doing and what you would like to do. I will allow a little bit of movement as well if you do need it.
Do we want to go in initiative order for these free actions?
Doesn't matter. If you want to do something together, if you want to do something different, that's for you guys to.
I'm gonna summon F.
Okay, that can be your action if you want it. I kind of figured that. Okay, what does it look like as you summon F?
I pull him out of my shell, and I take his little outfit off.
Mm-hmm.
And I then go, okay, when it's over, you're gonna teleport away and then come back, but in not magic form, okay? And he explodes when I summon him.
He does.
I'm going to cover him up. I'm gonna tuck around him, summon him, and try to prevent the explosion from being super noticeable.
Okay, make a sleight of hand for me. Let's see if anyone notices. We grab a dice. Would be great.
That's a 19 plus 1 at 20.
I mean, 20 is pretty high. +2, +2.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't really do
5.
anything besides magic. So I'm a little worried.
Yes, this is going to be quite difficult for some of you. 17, 16. Oh, okay.
I think somebody noticed, but okay.
As that happens, you are scanning across the crowd, and the only thing that catches your eye is one of the scouts who is above you on top of the roof of the stables quickly looks down as he sees the bright emerging flame from underneath part of your coat, and you can see he moves his crossbow towards you. The other person is the armored looking guard captain who was stood on the front of the stage. whose armor is kind of like a blackened steel. What is wrong with me today? Steel with faint
Dude.
lines of embered orange. And as your wildfire spirit ignites, you watch as his own armor shimmers for a moment with this smoky black tendril. And he immediately clocks an eye on to you. But yes, you can summon Eth. He is there. I believe you have control of him.
I do.
But
This dude, right? Who notices me?
it is that dude, yes.
Okay, great. I have to kill 2 people. God dang.
Anyone else?
Yes, I would like to cast darkness on the stage.
Okay.
Let me see if I can reach all 3 of them.
I think I have darkness.
15 feet. No. It's a is it radius or... Oh, 15 feet radius, so I could reach that.
Yeah, where do you want to put it?
You can cover all of them.
Yeah, I want to cover all of them.
Okay.
Boom. Now, I know that makes it difficult for Ku, but at least they can't see us for now. They have to move off, and I can see them with my devil's sight.
Yep.
You should have gone first. You would have been able to see me. Would have only had to kill this archer.
Yeah, well, he has to move
It's
now
okay.
anyway.
That just leaves Gio and Ku.
I'm gonna get big.
Okay. Obviously, there is no hiding that, but that is fine.
Yeah, it's balls to the walls.
As you watch, once again, Gio's form. I'd say this time, there's like a light purple shimmer around him just before it happens. And you watch a bright, almost star-like diamond light inside of him as he erupts into a bigger size. Just leaves you, Ku.
I'm just gonna start moving towards the archer up above.
Okay.
Like to over there.
Sure. And we will jump into initiative. So, this one is spying Bellini, first of all, more than anyone, is going to... Sorry, Gio, I meant, because he's massive. He is going to move towards you. 20, 25, 30. And he's going to throw...
Does he not get opportunity attack for passing me?
No, because you're not engaged in melee combat with him yet.
Alright.
Because if you think about it this way, he's reacting before you. So you haven't actually entered the combat. The other person is, I believe, this person right here, who's currently engaged with the leader. And you just watch as he's battling against a ramming... That sounds so wrong. Ramming against those various different axes. You do watch as part of his sword grazes her, and there's a burning singeing in the air as part of the wound just cauterizes almost immediately. Ku, you are the first one up. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna walk up the thing, maybe. I'm trying to get up to the archer. It will not let me. I don't want to be... I'm not a cat. I'm not in the box. But...
There you go.
And then I'm just going to take 2 attacks on him with my psychic blades.
Mm-hmm.
First one is a 9. Gonna guess that doesn't hit.
Does not hit, no.
Alright. Second one is a 15.
A 15 also does... no, 15 does hit, sorry. Yes.
Okay. I do a big 7 damage.
Awesome.
Nice.
Better than nothing. Anything else?
No, that's movement, action, bonus action.
Okay. He is going to turn round and you see him lower the crossbow and draw a short sword. That is 17 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, you take 5 points of piercing damage. And the second one missed.
Hit.
Okay. Moving on. We have this one.
Cool.
And this one. 5, 10, 15. 30. Goodbye.
Not to be a dick, but shouldn't that guy take some sort of like stumbling off the stage if he can't see?
I'm just about to roll it, yes. DT. Cool. Yes. You do watch as he is running. He sort of is too preoccupied with running out of the darkness that he doesn't realize where the edge of the stage is and just sort of tumbles off of it. There's like a denting, dinging metal sound as some of his armor hits the floor before he quickly dusts himself off. That is that damage. That guard is going to go for you, Larea. Which is this one. 18 to hit.
Yes.
You take 4 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And it is your turn.
All right. Awesome. I will. Yeah, I need to cast spells. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch and the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
A 6.
Does not hit.
Mean. All right, I'll go Form of Dread then for my bonus action. They don't need to make saves because I did that wrong earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get 13 points of temp hit points.
Lovely. That's nice.
I know, right? That's my 10. I'm not gonna risk anything else.
Okay. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Can he? Can he see? No. He is also going to fall off the stage. So it's 15, 20, 30. All of his time. Oh, actually, he can just... Yeah. Remind me, was it Bellini or Gio who got a 3?
I got a 4. Gio got a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Bellini, you are up next.
Okay. I am going to wild shape into a ape.
An ape?
Yes.
Okay.
It is one of the things I can wild shape into. It is a medium-sized beast, but it has multi-attack. So, yeah.
Can
So
your
I
ape
turn into a
and
big
F
monkey.
be at the same time?
Yes,
That's
because one
wild.
is a summon, and
Okay.
one is me turning into something.
You are now an ape. What would you like to do?
Yeah. That's my action. I'm going to I'm gonna climb because I now have a 30-foot climb speed up onto this balcony where
I have no idea how tall that is. 20 feet.
and I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna be a monkey next to this dude. And then I'm gonna send F. Question: the people with black rings, are they civilians?
They are all civilians, yes.
Okay, great.
Also, the one with the axe and the red hair, because I think that guard was engaged with me.
She is a rebel. I forgot to colour her.
That's fine, just so we know. Oh, there we go.
Eth is gonna move up to this dude, and then teleport into the middle of all of these guys, and that is his turn. So this red dude in the front needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
No worries. That is a 5.
That fails. He takes
Uh-huh.
6 points of fire damage.
Okay. As Eth reappears, you watch that eruption of flame. It hits the guard in the back, singes part of his hair. He just winces, but you watch as his blackened steel armor just... It shimmers just for a moment as you watch some of the flames move inwards. He is resistant to fire damage.
Cool.
Almost like I knew one of you was... Anyway. Next up is this guy who currently can't see anything apart from... Can he see Ku? Let's go a POV. I think he can. Yes, he can. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to shoot Ku instead. No, I'm not. Okay, that's great. Love that. Wait. Nope. No, I'm not. Great. Yep. That's perfect. Gio, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the guard that's right in front of me and take out my maul and try and see how far I can fling him. Does a 22 hit?
It does hit, yes.
Okay. And then that is 7 plus... That's 13 total damage.
Amazing. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Okay. He is going to return a dirty 20. I almost said natural 20.
Yeah,
No,
that
dirty
is.
20. That's 5 points of piercing damage. He's going to try for another one. That is a crit. So that is 11 points of piercing damage. He misses both.
If he missed, I was going to be surprised. I'm very large.
Yeah. You could block it. I don't know. It's that one, that one, that one. This
He's on
one
him.
is the one in front of Larea. So he's going to go here. That is 22 to hit.
Yes.
The first one and the second one is 16.
Also, yes.
So you take 10 points of piercing damage, and Ku, you are up. You're muted.
Still muted.
Still muted.
Apologies. Remind me, do we do flanking in this campaign, or is that the other game I'm in?
We do flanking in this game at the moment. We haven't transferred over to 2024 yet.
Okay. So I am going to get behind this guy, perched on the little wedge, do flanking with Bellini,
Sure.
and start going at him.
Yeah, you get at him. Oh, that sounds dirty.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Get a girl.
So first attack. Christ. That's a 16.
16 hits.
Alright. Uh, 16 points of psychic damage.
Okay, how would you want to do that?
Kind of just run behind him, and when I'm this close, my psychic daggers are more claws. Kind of grab
Ooh.
the back of his neck and just toss him down.
Oh yeah, you watch him just sail over the top of the tavern roof and splat onto the floor. I love that. That is very cool. Anything else?
And then, yeah, using my new vantage point, I'm gonna toss a psychic dagger at one of the two guys fighting Larea. That doesn't seem fair.
Okay.
I am a big scary goat demon.
Oh, that's just an 8, so I whiff.
Shame. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yes, there is another one in there. Completely forgot about you.
That's fine. You can forget
5,
about him
10,
again.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There you go. The other one in front of you, Lorraine, is going to try and hit you.
Of course.
21 and another 21.
Yes.
That is 10 points of piercing damage as you watch just the short swords keep coming at you. Even in your demon form, you can feel the singeing sort of ember-esque smoke as it hits part of your arm and then part of your shoulder. It is your turn.
Right. I am. Right, I'm dropping darkness, and I'm going to cast Hex. Nope, I'm not doing that. Never mind. Reverse that. I'm going to cast Chill Touch on the one in front of me. I'm still keeping darkness up.
Okay.
That is a nat 20. I need to roll a d10. No, I don't need to roll a d10. It is 10 necrotic damage on the guy in front of me. Directly in front of me.
Cool. Anything else?
Yes, I'm not super... Oh, here it is. I need to check if I could... Oh, he has to do a wisdom saving throw. Sorry. Because I'm in my form of dread.
That's a fail.
Alright, he is frightened of me.
Okay.
Why can't I do this? I don't understand how this works. Doesn't matter. I was going to see if I could make it to the stage. No, I can't. I will, however, move... No. No, I'll just stay here. Back to the corner. That's my turn. Sorry.
He is going to keep
Effort
trying
gets
wailing
left,
on
so-
the leader. Oh, he hits. Okay. You watch what seems to be the leader, clad in very ornate-looking, very shiny armor and sort of burgundy undercover of purples and reds, takes out this massive greatsword and just whams it down on top, and you see it cut partially into the elven leader's shoulder, who is wincing. As a result, she shoves it, jumps over him, and sort of kicks him from behind, and he will stumble forwards into Eth. And she is now over here. Bellini, you're up.
Can I, from the top rope...
From the top rope.
Can I jump at these two dudes and hit them?
Do you have enough movement?
I do have enough movement.
I will say make
Right,
me an acrobatics or athletics, depending on which one's better for you.
Let's see.
And this will be to avoid you taking damage upon falling
Yeah,
on top of
athletics.
them.
Let's go. Because then I get to melee, and then I get to fist them. That's what my attack is called, okay? It's a 23 on my athletics check. So a big monkey comes and attacks.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a very Laura Bailey at the moment.
From the sky, this monkey drops out of the sky. This gorilla comes, and then can I roll my attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I get to multi-attack. Okay, so that's a 17 and a 6. I rolled a 1 on my second attack.
17 hits. So go ahead and add a D10 as you're barreling down on him. Obviously, the 6 does not.
And that is max damage on both dies. Let's go. So that's 19 points of damage.
Oh, right on the money! As you watch this ape come launching out from the top ropes. Do you do the elbow?
I do give him the people's elbow.
Oh yes, just sort of. The concussive impact. Apes are very dense and muscular, and Lorraine, you watch as the concussive impact of the ape's elbow comes smashing down on this guard's head, denting the helmet completely, and you just watch as a smushed form just hits the floor. I will go ahead and take him away for you. I took away Bellini. That's all good.
I very much just turn, wave at Lorena in classic Bellini fashion. And then Eth is gonna teleport 5 feet over. So the 2 people in red have to make dexterity saving throws. Or the 2 guards have to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay, whereabouts? Show me.
He's gonna move. He's just gonna teleport. He can teleport up to 15 feet. So he's gonna go. I can move him. To here. And it's from where he leaves. They have to make saves. So
There's 10 feet, right, in each direction?
5 feet in each direction.
So he'd be here.
He can teleport. He can teleport up to 15 feet. But anyone within 5 feet of him needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So he can just move one square over. Yeah, because if you put him further than that, you're risking potentially a civilian catching fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make those dex saves. Oh god, no, I won't. One is a
and he's gonna
fail,
do this. He's gonna fly.
and the other one is also a fail.
Cool. And he's gonna fly up. Control. Elevate.
You have to enable
Control.
flying. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, he has a fly speed, so he's just gonna be in the air. Because I can't resummon him, so he's gonna try to avoid getting hit.
Absolutely.
So they both fail. So they take 5 points of fire damage each.
Cool. How far up in the air is he flying?
He teleports 15 feet up. So 5 feet over, or so 10 feet up. Because it's 5 sideways, 10 up, and then he'll fly an extra 10 feet up. So he's 20 feet in the air.
That is way too many words for me to understand, but okay.
He's 20 feet in the air, yes.
I was just checking because he might have taken an opportunity attack, but it's whatever. I don't actually care that much. Okay, so that is 5 on this boy, poor sad boy. 5 on this one. Okay, the scout at the back is going to go for Q again. That is a not great. That is a number 13. And a
What scout?
crit. The one at the back.
The
He's
archer
all
on
the
the
way
roof.
over here. And the only person he can see is Ku.
Oh. Alright.
So that is a crit, so you take
Oh, there.
8 to 14 points
even
of
see
piercing damage as you see that errant bolt fly across the square and hit you in the shoulder. Gio, you are.
I just want to take my maul and see if I can pummel this guy into the ground.
Amazing. I love it. I love
A
good
9
pummeling.
misses, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's all good. What was it to hit?
9.
Oh, then yes.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Nope. Geo's a little flustered because he obviously didn't hit the person. Instead, just made a small crater next to him.
Poor Geo.
Level
Okay.
5, buddy. Level 5 will be huge.
The top of this
Uh-huh.
round, you watch as some of the civilians begin to move. However, the 3 that are here, well, you watch the woman in purple. She sort of stumbles forwards, awkwardly bumping into the guard, and as she does, you watch as part of her dress begins to catch flame, burning the side of her arm off, and it seems to, this black smoke seems to seep all around her form. She is going to be on the floor in pain. Blah. And these 2 are going to run over her because they don't care. Like this. These 3 are also going to run this way. You watch as this one over here also catches. There you go. God, so much going on. That way, and I believe that's all of them. Yes. These 2 guys in the corner are sort of hiding behind the counter of their food vending. I will say one of them will fling a pie at one of the guards and see if it hits. It does not. Just because it's funny. The guard in front of Larea is going to try and hit her. That is a critical.
Mean.
That is 11 points of slashing damage for the first one. And a miss for the second.
Mean.
I will say he's going to choose who to... Okay. You watch as the veteran at the back, you notice that he is more armored than a lot of the guards, but slightly less than what seems to be his captain. He does take a moment to look at Larea. She's unleashing this sort of eldritch magic. You can see even whenever each of you are casting something, there's always a piece of, or a token, or a piece of armor that one of the guards is wearing that seems to pulse in response. He's too distracted by the elven leader, and he just keeps trying to hit her. She is also going to, in response, kick him backwards, and you sort of see her disappear underneath the stage for a moment. Who you are
I
up
think she
next.
should be covered by the darkness as well. This is a sphere.
Yes, it is still up, yeah.
I'm going to use 20 feet of my movement to walk on down the wall, get down to here. Walk over to here. Would it be an action to put this lady out?
Out of her misery, or?
Depends
Out of
how you're doing it. So how would
Yeah.
you want to put her out?
Probably take the spare one of the 2 cloaks I have and try to cover her and starve the fire.
Okay, I'd say if you want to use a bonus action, you can do that, or your action, depending on which one's better for your economy.
We'll do bonus action then.
Okay. Yeah, and Ku flings one of his many cloaks over her.
And then I will stab the guy Geo was fighting.
Amazing, do it. Kill him.
It's a 17 to hit.
Hits.
$19 points of psychic damage.
Oof, rough. He's dead.
Nice.
As
That's
you
fair.
catch him
That
in the
feels right.
back. Yeah, that feels right.
I'll use the last 5 feet of my movement to
Absolutely,
Okay.
go for it. Yeah.
between people and the woman who is currently both trampled and freshly not on fire.
Amazing, I love it.
And that will be the end.
Oh, it's just this one left. He is going to just walk over this man. He could have avoided him, but they're evil. And come... That's 5, 10, 15, 20. Sorry, Larea.
Of course.
Listen,
21
Mickey
for the
Mouse here.
first one. And
Yes.
23 for the second. So
No,
that is
that one doesn't hit.
10 points of piercing damage as you just watch him
Okay.
come round behind you and with a spear just jabs it twice. And you feel the piercing pain in your back.
Yeah, I'm down.
Are
So
you-
you see my form of dread drop.
Okay. Do you want to roll your death saves or do you want me to roll them for you?
You, please.
Okay. Cool. As if spurred on from the demise, well, not demise, I didn't mean to say demise, spurred on by seeing this woman who was exhibiting such horrific aberrations of magics fall to the floor, that form conforming back to her quite beautiful, I'd say, form. He is going to target the most other magical creature, humanoid, he can see, which is, unfortunately, Bellini.
Monkey, monkey,
Okay.
monkey, monkey.
Monkey. First one is a 16.
That hits.
And the second one is a 19.
That also hits.
So that is 10 slashing damage plus 5 fire damage as you watch it
I'm
erupt.
still a monkey.
Monkey.
Nice.
Monkey, 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 monkey.
Okay. Bellini, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna look at the guard captain who just slashed me, and I go, and then I punch him in the face.
Punch him in the face. Love it.
Nat 20 and a 19.
Okay, nat 20 hits.
Nice.
19, as you begin wailing on him, he just raises a shield, and you watch it like boom, 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 boom. But the nat 20 does hit.
He takes plus 3, so that is 12 points of damage.
Love
as I
it.
punch him in the face.
Monkey.
Monkey. And then I'm gonna have F throw a fireball at the dude I'm fighting. Does no, 7 does not hit.
7 does not hit.
Damn.
Yep. And I just monkey. That's my turn.
Cool.
Can I step around? Nope, that's good. Can I don't have control of the monkey. Can I have control of the monkey?
Oh yeah, sorry, because I killed him, didn't I?
Yeah.
He is down right now. Monkey. Play permission. Blue. Thank you.
Can I step around him so I'm on this side of him?
It would be 10 feet of movement. Yes.
That's fine. I just want to be on this side of him.
Sure.
Because I want to draw attention away from the downed person.
That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Geo, you
Yeah.
are up.
It's going to fly over here.
Can I jump and move within my movement speed to land about here?
Show me where you were before. How much movement speed do you have?
30 feet.
So you'd have to move back 10 feet, and then you'd be able to jump whatever 20 feet is from that position.
I will move back
Because
to
you
10
need,
feet,
in order to jump, you need that running start to leap.
then move back to 10 feet and then jump and land.
Perfect.
And then I will take out my maul and hit the first guard on my left.
Okay. Is that the one behind or in front of Lorraine?
In front.
Okay.
A natural 20.
Hits.
Okay.
He's dead. I don't even need to ask. I know it sucks, but he's very, very dead. As you just smash him into the ground. He sinks, as well as most of his bones crushing upon impact. Let's just grab him. and you just menacingly turn around. You do watch that guard is spear in hand, very anxiously looking up, having seen his companion.
Darkness is down, by the way, because I'm down.
It is. Good point. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Bleh. Not that anyone's still up there, but...
The leader is under.
Oh, that's true. She is.
Also,
And the
even
dude
though
who
he's
was gonna
only
be
been
hugged.
also the archer that was only shooting at me.
Well, yeah. So none of you saw this, but for above table context, he ran inside the building and is currently running down the stairs. That is where he is right now. That's why you can't see him.
I didn't even look over there.
Yeah, because he couldn't see anyone else, so he's like, "Well, this is bullshit," and then ran downstairs.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The veteran.
The extra mad.
Bellini time. Monkey. Dirty 20 for the first one.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 19 for the second. So the first one is 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the second one is...
I stopped being a monkey after the first
Okay.
hit.
And the second one is
What
13.
was the second hit? What was the second hit, though?
19.
My armor class. 19?
Yes.
That ties my armor class. I'm going to spend a luck point and make him re-roll.
Okay.
That 19.
You are here. Oh, no,
I'm
you're
between the two of them, yeah.
30 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, no, that's a 16. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep, so 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
Koo, my boy, it is your turn.
It's an action to give someone a potion, right?
To give someone else a potion, yes, it is.
Okay. Let me double check that I have enough potions.
I thought it was a bonus action to give someone a potion, and action if you wanted to get full healing out of it.
No, it's a bonus action for you to drink it and get the dice. It's an action to drink
Gotcha.
it and get the full, and then it's an action to give it to someone else.
Gotcha.
I will use an action to feed Larea a potion
Thank you.
that
Cool.
is a whole 4 hit points back, but you know.
Hey,
It's
4 is
better
better than
being
nothing.
down.
Above table, she had failed that one,
Nice.
so it's good she is now up.
And then, give me 1 second. Bonus action to. Is that a monk thing or is that a rogue thing? I can't remember.
You think about disengage?
Yeah, I can't remember if it's
Uh,
just monks that get it or both.
rogues
it's
can-
both. Oh,
Yeah, rogues can bonus action disengage.
yeah. So I'm gonna do that,
Mhm.
and then use all of my movement to jump over this little thing. And
I love it.
Get some cover.
Okay, as you jump over and sort of land very expertly, you turn and see like 2 very handlebar, quite portly men in lederhosen. One's holding a hot dog and the other one's holding like 2 jugs of beer. Just offers you a drink as they're just shaking, cowering behind the... I'd say if you want to, as a free action, you can have a sip. Is that everything?
That is everything.
Wonderful. This guard... I'm going to roll a d4. I don't have it. I'll roll a d8. Pick which one. Odds or even, Geo?
Even.
Nope. That's a miss. That's a crit. Larea, you take another 10 points of piercing damage.
I'm down again.
Lycan, can I use my reaction to invoke my Cloud Rune?
Tell me what it does.
When you are a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit
Mhm.
by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker within 30 feet to become the target.
Other than the attack. Okay, yes, you may. Who are you choosing?
So it's the one that was behind Luria that was attacking, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's going to attack the captain instead.
Interesting. I would say he's attacking with a melee weapon, so it will have to be anyone within melee range, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay, then that won't work.
He can attack you.
He can attack you, potentially.
Yeah, that's fine. You can attack
Okay.
me.
Yeah, so that's just 10 points of piercing damage as you
Okay.
shove a hand in front of her because you're so big. You shove a hand and it just pierces right through your hand.
Wait, does that
Loraya,
mean I
you
don't get
are-
damage?
No, you're not down. You're still up.
Oh.
You're on 4 hit points.
Oh. All right. Thank you, big hippo man.
It is your turn next.
What?
So I take you'll spend half your movement standing up.
Yes, I suppose. And I will cast as a bonus action Form of Dread because I get temporary hit points.
Love it. Do it. We'd love to see it.
Full 14. The max amount of 10 hit points I could have.
Okay.
And I still have my action. Please, for the love of God, let me hit this time. Nope. I am too exhausted from being knocked down, so I try and hit the guard behind me, and I fail with a spectacular 8.
Oof. That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Okay, anything
What's
else on
my-
your turn?
No, I don't want to risk the opportunity attack. I'm just going to tank it with my temp HP.
Okay. The captain is going to go for Bellini again. Ooh, that is a 17, which is a miss, right?
That misses. Yep.
Okay. Seeing that he sort of grazes across your shell, he looks at you and your companions, and you watch as like a small, almost daringly creepy smile crosses his face. And he turns to the woman who is to the side of them and just lifts a hand, and you watch as a tendril of smoke comes out from his sword and just wraps around her neck, and you hear a deft and she just falls to the floor. That's a civilian dead, unfortunately. Bleh.
That was rude.
Did he just make a ranged attack while in my melee range?
No.
Okay.
She very much failed at whatever the save was, because she's
Gotcha.
a lowly peasant.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, rude.
Well, she rolled a 6, so you know. Bellini, you're up.
You probably should have ventured more.
As a bonus action, I cast Healing Spirit, and it's gonna pop up on Loraya and Geo.
Okay. Do I have a spirit?
It's a little fairy you normally put on the.
Oh, I do, yes. Let's see if there is one. Berry.
Or like pixie or something.
Aha. Come, give me. Okay, where is she going?
I can move her, but I'm gonna summon her on Geo and Loraya. So like, yeah.
Cool.
And she's gonna heal both of them because, yeah.
Yay.
So I heal you both for 6 points of healing. That's my bonus action. And then as my action, I turn and I go, well, no longer a monkey, so that sucks. And I'm just gonna produce flame. No, because they're resistant. I'm just gonna stab him with a dagger.
Go for it.
Does a 19 hit?
Which one?
The captain, the one I've been fighting.
No, it does not.
And fuck it, I'm gonna step over here. I know I'm gonna invoke an attack of opportunity, but I don't want to be flanked at the moment. So
They missed.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna step again. So I am
Cool.
with my pals over here.
Sure. In the distance, you just hear a clanging of armor as you watch like a very red-faced scout just kind of huffing out the door, places his crossbow against the wall just for a minute, is just taking a breath. That's his turn. Gio, you're up.
I am just gonna try and use my maul on the guy in front of Lorea. And I miss.
Oh no. Our dice are
Cool.
cursed
Anything
today.
else?
You know, I'll action surge just to see if I can hit him.
Yeah, let's go.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. I read the wrong one.
Then yeah. No. That's it.
Okay. 5, 10. Kick the small child so he falls over there. 15.
Yay!
Bellini, that
Small child
is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend another luck point.
Okay. To reroll, yeah?
Yeah, to reroll.
That is a crit.
Fuck.
You dirty bastard.
Sorry. I
That's
feel
fine.
bad. So that is 22 points of slashing damage and 12 points of fire damage.
No, I'm sorry. I get to choose which dice they use on luck
Ooh.
points. So I don't take a crit. I take
Okay, that's fine.
whatever the normal damage was.
Yeah, so you take 10 points of slashing damage and
Much better.
4 points of fire damage.
That's fine.
Thank God for that. We need the dice cam back. Yeah, we do actually. Where is my... Is it in here?
Wombat's the referee for this fight.
I actually don't know where it is.
Ah.
I'll get it during the break. Oh, actually, we probably won't need it then, but I'll get it during the break.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm very scared of the meme channel.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
For everyone wondering, it is just Batman punting a child.
Yeah, if we ever get to the
They
point where we have like a lot of people watching, I might have to make you guys put this in a channel that they can all see if they're in the Discord. Just because it is so funny. Oh my God. Vaughn is king of memes.
I had it for
I had it for another server where we have to kick kids, but it's too good. Okay. Okay, fine. Right, I forgot what we were doing. It's your turn, Koo. It's your turn.
I honestly forgot how hurt I am, so I'm gonna run back out from where I was, try to bite the guy who's in front of Lorea,
Hell
maybe
yeah.
get some HP back.
Num nums.
Little snack.
Definitely not get HP back, because that's a 7.
No. As you sort of rear back and open that maw, you do clock eyes with the captain as he tilts his head, and there's like an equally creepy smile and a small glint of very silvery fangs.
Could I just throw myself
anything
at
else
this
in your
captain too? Or
It's funny you say that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Bonus action.
Actually,
I'll,
my plan
I'll
for this
try
session.
to stab him with my offhand.
Yeah, go
Fuck
for it.
this guy.
As he
Jesus
brings that
Christ,
gauntlet
that's
up,
11.
chomp down on it. 11 misses. It's not
Yeah,
going well for you guys. What the fuck?
no.
No.
Well, that's me.
He's going to return fire with you, seeing what you might be. Actually, no, that's the complete wrong way of doing it. He's not going to, but he missed anyway. Geo, odds or evens?
Uh,
I didn't hear that.
odds.
Okay, cut out.
Odds, okay. Yeah! No. Okay, you're both safe. It is Lorea, you're up.
Right. I am very fucking upset because I keep getting hit and not hitting myself. So as a bonus action, I'll be doing Celestial Revelation,
Ooh.
Necrotic Shroud.
Yeah.
So I'm still in my demon form, and you now see like very tattered black feathered wings sprout, very oil slicked, and you see me being surrounded by this sickly green fog / smokish. All non-friendly creatures must succeed on a charisma saving throw within 10 feet of me. So that is, well, the captain and that one pesky guard that will not go down even when a fucking large hippo hits him.
Oh, shit.
Maria, you also heal 5 points of damage, because there's a fairy nearby.
Hell
Legend
yeah.
of Zelda rules.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
On your turn,
all of them
the fairy,
succeed.
You heal.
I'm gonna get some incense after this fight.
I will say,
Um,
for 2 of them, the more armored ones, and especially the captain with a silvery sort of fang look, as you exhibit that aura, you just see it sort of bump into them and wash over.
Oh, that means my chill touch will be useless too. I mean, not that I'm super surprised, but it still sucks. Alright. Ooh, can I mold earth underneath myself to go up 5 feet without opportunity attack because I'm being lifted? Or does that not work that way?
Remind me if it can affect stone? It can, can't it?
No, it has to be loose earth. Never mind. Stupid idea. Alright, I'll toll
No,
the
it was
dead.
a smart idea.
No, you
It was a
choose
smart
choose a
idea.
portion of dirt or stone.
Yeah, it can become difficult terrain.
Oh,
but I
loose
can't
earth.
lift it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 5 feet of difficult terrain is just bullshit. So I'm going to. Yeah, what do you have with that? Toll the dead on the one in front of me, and he has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me find him. That is 10.
That fails. That means he will get a d12. He gets the full 12 necrotic damage. He is resistant.
How do you want to do this?
Oh. I am like visually a menace. So I just hold out my hand, and without really seeing any visual effects, you just hear that loud pull. And I imagine his eyes roll back and get bloodshot, and he just drops to the ground from sheer terror.
Love to see it. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, I will move my ass back. I'll just shimmy sort of like this.
Mhm.
And I'll be here. And try not to get downed again.
Okay.
That's my turn.
I feel bad because I'm ganging up on Bellini, but screw it.
That's fine.
Oh, actually,
I
that's
put
the wrong
myself in this
person.
situation.
That's not him yet. He stays there. Okay. 21.
That hits.
And another 21.
That also hits.
You take... Bloop, 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 bloop. 10 points of slashing damage, 4 points of fire damage.
I have 1 hit point. That's all that matters. 1 hit point is the only one that last hit point's the only one that matters.
Oh, did I hit twice? I thought you said miss.
No, you hit twice. 21 and 21 hits.
You take another 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of fire damage.
Not fine. And status knocked out. And you disappear. I don't have control of the fairy. That's fine.
It is your turn.
Cool. Don't worry. I will message you what I just rolled. F is going to fly down, grab me, and then teleport with my body because I am a willing creature for what Eth wants to do with me. And he's gonna teleport me. Both purple and red have to make a dexterity saving throw, and I end up over here.
Okay.
Boop.
They both pass.
They both pass.
Yeah.
Do they take half, or do they just not? I think they just don't take it. That's my wild shape. Give me my fire totem.
Yeah. They if they
Yeah,
save,
they
they
just-
don't take anything.
They don't take it. That's fine. And I'm hiding behind Geo. And
Makes sense. I would too.
that's fine. I have a plan. If they can't pick me up, I can just heal us off.
Fair enough. No, the second 21 didn't hit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I
didn't
forgot what
hit.
numbers I'd said.
Do I DM you or the Wyrdcast?
Me. To what we were doing. Oh yes, my boy.
Geo's turn.
5, 10, 50, 50.
He can just
25,
go
30,
inside.
35,
That's
40,
fine.
45,
We don't need
Yeah,
him.
he can leave.
Yeah. Just piss off.
Just dashes to be back in the fight.
Yeah. Yo, you're up.
I am going to move over this way and try to hit the guard captain. The one in red.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Drink a potion.
I'm almost fully healed.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
then you're
really
good.
doesn't need it, to be honest. I'm gonna get ya. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna try and hit Geo. Oh shit! I dropped that one. That is a dirty 20 and a 21.
Both hit.
So you take 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Cool, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run back over to here.
Just leaping
with
over the side
with
of
my
it.
boys. I'm gonna bonus action drink a potion.
Okay. I just need to roll something real quick. Okay. As you jump over and you're sort of drinking that potion, you notice as one of the vendors sort of rolls up their sleeve and offers their hand to you. And there's almost like a tremor in his hand as he's sort of offering it.
I clock it and don't drink from him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that desperate yet. And then I will toss a psychic dagger at purple.
Okay.
It's a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
not
Have
that
the
one.
civilians
That
moved at all, or are they just afraid and staying where they are?
So some of them have stopped where they were because of what's happened. Some of them are going to move in a second.
13 psychic damage to purple.
Amazing. Anything else?
Nope, that was bonus action. I'm not gonna jump back over and run back out. I'm gonna stop. Stop where I am for once.
Yeah. Laria, you're up.
Yes. So for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on oh shit, which one did it? The captain. And I will give him the Hex on Wisdom, so he has disadvantage on Wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
And then I will move a little bit closer, so I'm within 15 feet, and I will cast Spare the Dying on Bellini, because I have ranged Spare the Dying. And he is now stable.
So you will need to move to Yar.
Whoa.
Because it's 15 feet diagonally, so you would reach here.
I would have reached it.
No, so if
there.
you're here,
Yeah.
that is 17,
Oh.
18.
Then I'll move there. That's fine.
Yeah.
And that's my turn. Nope. I'll move back.
Fair enough. There
That's
you
my
go.
turn.
No problems. It is my captain's turn. He's just gonna saunter on over here.
Oh.
Oh, I really wish I had a dice cam right now. So I'm gonna roll a d20. Anything above 15, he is gonna go for Bellini. Anything below, he won't. That's a 3. Okay. Geo, you get hit with 2 attacks. So the first one is a 23, and the second one is a
That hits.
16.
That misses.
Cool. 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of fire damage for you as you feel the searing heat of his blade up the side of your butt, leg. I don't know. Whatever's closest.
Calf.
Calf. Bellini, it is your turn.
Question. The civilians that are currently next to my body, are they still standing there?
Currently, yes. More like cowering, but yes, they are still there.
I don't want
Oh, I see why your question. That makes more sense.
Yeah, because F would otherwise like grab me and teleport me, but he doesn't want to hit these people. Can F feed me a potion?
No.
He has seen me drink potions before.
That's an excellent question.
And he is intelligent. And when I'm incapacitated, he can do whatever he wants.
He can go for Nando's. He can do whatever he wants.
It would have to find it on your person, which would take an action. But then, yes, it could feed you it.
Yeah, F is gonna pat me down for a potion, and as a bonus action, he's gonna go, like Boo from Monsters Inc. when she goes to like scare people at the civilians that are cowering, and is gonna go blah, 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 so they run away
Okay, roll me
as a
intimidation.
bonus action.
Yeah, go for it.
And yeah, and that's what F does. And I'm stable but unconscious, so yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah, so roll me intimidation for the citizens using F's stat block.
Yeah. He rolled a 16 plus 2, 18. Bet. F is gonna grab me and teleport me toward Tularea. Oh no, he can't. That's an action.
Yeah, that's an action.
That's fine. I should have had him try to scare them away first. All good.
Okay.
And that's all. That's what I do. F is here. Being a menace.
Being a menace. Oh, finally!
Your boy.
Screw you, Larea.
Oh,
That is a 16 and a 12 to hit.
16 hits, 12 doesn't.
That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Right, I'm checking my concentration. Still concentrating on that. Hex.
Geo, you're up.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself as my action.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's everything.
Okay, so these guys are gonna run away from. Oh, he's dead. Sorry. You can stay there. These guys are gonna run away. Sort of over this direction. These guys are gonna run towards the rear. And this lot. Ooh. They're fucking stupid. Anyway, that's awkward.
They ran
Also,
towards the scary fire creature.
so they had to choose between this group of people fighting and this group of people fighting, and they rolled a 3, so they're very stupid.
They deserve to die.
Yeah, they do deserve it. You're right.
Oh, finally, some help.
Okay, you watch as the elven leader comes out, sort of dragging a very unconscious elf. She's moving very slowly, but is sort of dragging him. And once she gets out from underneath, you watch her, she fireman carries him over the top of her shoulder, and begins to run this way.
Finally, some help, you said?
The veteran is up, so that is Geo again. That's a crit for the first one. And a 21 for the second one.
They both hit.
25...
So
35 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Cool. Do you lose form when you go on incapacitated, or is it just a big old tumble?
Just a big old tumble.
Okay. I will
until-
say, if you can roll a Constitution save for me, and I'll set the DC at 15, you can choose where you fall, and you'll get what I mean by this.
16.
Because, okay.
Oh.
You can choose to fall on one of these people.
I fall straight forward.
I love it. Yes, you may. Please roll me 2d10. Just sort of angle it like.
Look at him
Yeah.
breakdancing.
18.
18. Coot, it's your turn. Coot, you're muted again. Just hot mic us. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, I keep muting myself because I move my chair, and because it's basically broken, it's very loud.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, I pop back out. I'm gonna feed Bellini a potion, knowing he has healed people in the past. I assume he can do so again. Hell is my character sheet?
F currently has a potion of healing in his hands. If you want to just take it from him.
Oh, I have an extra. It's fine.
Okay.
That's 7 HP back to Bellini.
Let's go.
Love it.
Pop back
Back.
over. I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Love it. Okay.
So for stealth, it's a 25 stealth check for my hiding.
Easily.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
They're dead. Lorea, you're up.
Yes, I will toll the dead the veteran.
Mhm.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and he has disadvantage because of his hex.
3.
Succeeds? No, that fails. I will roll my damage. Oh, but wait. I have 8 necrotic damage, and because I have him on hex, I have a d6, which is 13 necrotic damage, and because I'm in my Celestial Revelation +2, so that's 15 necrotic damage. Yes, 15
Okay.
necrotic damage. And for I don't really have any bonus actions. Just for shits and giggles, I'll do a magic stone. Why not? And I'll stay put.
Do you need healing?
I'm fine currently. I have 22. So that's my turn.
That is a dirty 20 and a 21 for you, Bellini.
Is he hitting me or F?
You.
Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, both of those hit.
That is that the right person? No, that's the wrong person. 20 points of slashing damage and 8 points of fire damage.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. I
No,
forgot
you're
to say that he needed to make a wisdom saving throw and a charisma saving throw. The wisdom being disadvantaged to see if he's frightened of me. I don't know if it will affect your turn for the veteran, but...
Oh, for the
I did
veteran?
kind of- yes, I did kind of forget about that. Because both my Form of Dread and my Celestial Revelation caused them to need to roll for that.
Okay. They are immune to being frightened,
Oh, well,
if that
never mind
changes things.
then. Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
What was the other one for?
Frightened.
Oh,
I just
okay.
have 2 forms that will frighten people. Damn, I hate this country. I'm not scary.
You're really not. Not in comparison. Once you meet... Anyway, I can't even go into it. Once you meet some of the people, you'll understand. Bellini, you are up. And then...
No, I'm
is-
unconscious, but F is gonna feed me the potion.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
That is a potion of greater healing. So that is. Hold on. Where's greater healing? Hold on. There we go. It is 4d4. 2, 3, 4. So no matter what, I'm back up. But that's 8 plus 6 is 14 points of healing.
Love it.
1. Changes.
Technically, Eth
alright.
shares your initiative order, so you can go. Oh no, it takes its turn after you. That's annoying. I was hoping that you could take it.
No, that's fine. Well, yeah, so that's fine. So I'm up, and then
Yep.
Eth is gonna grab me and teleport me, 15 feet away.
Okay.
No, he can't because he used his action to heal me
That is very true.
and
Very
give
well
people-
caught.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But if he goes after me, then Yeah, I'm just gonna have him. No, I can't. I'm awake, but I can't hand him a potion. So yeah, that's my turn. If I'm down, I'm down. If I'm on the ground, I'm on the ground.
Okay.
Cool.
I get to use my scout. Woohoo!
What's your deal with the scout?
I just like the image of him like huffing his way across the battlefield, like trying to be involved. 2 misses on a rare.
Hell yeah.
Geo,
Yeah.
it is your turn. Do you want me
Can
to
you make
hold on?
you?
It is my veteran's turn. That's annoying. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. He's going to try and hit Eth, seeing that he is healing you. He now realizes. Of course, he misses. That makes complete sense. Ku, you're up.
Okay. I guess I will toss, I don't know, a dagger at purple.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens. That is a 17 to hit.
Hits. Meets or beats it.
$16 points of psychic damage.
Oof. Rough. Okay. Anything else?
And yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit and then hide again.
Love that. I love that even on my screen I can't see you. Just the way, the angle that I have, I literally can't see him.
Only a 13 to hide this time.
Okay.
Which feels fair. That's the end of my turn.
Lorea, you're up.
Yes, I will cast Eldritch Blast on the what's it called again? Veteran. Oh, yes, that's a critical hit. Sorry, very excited.
Yeah, so
it's a good-
one full roll of the dice plus whatever you roll.
A 10. You won't believe this. I rolled a 10 on my d10. So 20 force.
On whom?
The veteran.
How would you
Powerful?
like to kill him?
Yes. Alright, so I Celestial Revelation, Form of Dread. I just push my arm forward and you hear this sort of sonic boom. There's no visual, just air that moves when you see like a hot air above a fire. It just ripples. You just have this slow-mo of him, of all of his loose skin flapping, and he just collapses.
That is
I don't know.
amazing.
He
Anything else?
also gets 2 necrotic damage. Just so for flair, there's a sickly green smoke that goes around him, and I still have a bonus action. Fuck. But I can't heal for bonus action, so I'm going to stay put. I'm comfortable in the back. And that's my turn. Sorry.
Bellini.
Oh, I'm gonna stand up.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant it's my turn. And Bellini is
Oh.
the one that I'm hitting.
No.
That is
What did you
a
roll?
19.
Okay, that meets
For the
my
first one.
AC. Okay, and what's the second one?
So the first one, you take 10 points of slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Do they just do max damage every time? God.
No, it doesn't average because I don't want to have to keep rolling. Otherwise, it would take forever.
Gotcha. Yeah, that hits, and I go down.
Mm-hmm. He will then switch his attention to Eth, which is a crit. So that's 20 slashing damage and 8 fire damage.
He's still up because F is immune to fire damage.
Cool. Now it's your turn. I know that doesn't really help.
F is gonna grab me and teleport me.
Come to me.
To Loraya.
Yes. I have healing hands.
Cool. And it's wherever he reappears, wherever he leaves that catches fire.
Wherever he leaves, they have to make a dexterity saving throw. Which we messed up in the original dragon grab the tablet-y thing. But F can also just fly, so like either way he could have.
The guard captain also fails, but so does a civilian who is caught in the explosion.
Oh well. Collateral.
They take 4 fire damage total.
Cool.
Is the civilian still alive? Did they have more than 4 hit points?
I don't know. I'll roll for it. Hang on. They have 4 hit points.
Oh damn.
Fuck him.
Chalk another one up to F's body count. F is technically a mass murderer.
He's gonna become like Chopper and just have like a ridiculously high war crimes count.
I mean, in all reality, I think F has probably Ku has killed the most people.
Oh, for
Scratch
sure.
that.
Yeah, Ku has racked up quite the body count.
But F, I think, is in second place.
He's definitely up there. Yeah.
He does AoE damage because he just blinks 5 feet every round and then steps 5 feet forward, blinks again.
Anything else on your turn or F's turn?
No, I'm unconscious. I'm just a limp body. F takes the dodge action as a bonus action. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a thing you can do.
And you are down, right? Did you roll your death save?
Yeah.
Cool. The scout is going to go for Loraya again. That is a dirty 20 and a natural
yeah.
one.
Meth, take the hit.
If you want him
That's
to,
in
why are you
fire.
asking me?
Loraya, how hurt are you?
I'm fine. I can take this
Okay,
one.
cool.
Still at 22.
Blum. That is 5 points of piercing damage.
That's fine. I mean, no. Ow, please. Stop targeting me. Oh.
Geo. Oh, yeah. Who, you're up.
Well, this is bad.
Say that.
I'll throw at the captain guy next to Geo. Do I get any sense if he can see me? Or if I'm hiding well enough with that 13?
He's not looking your way, so you can assume that he does not see you.
Okay. $22 to hit.
Hits.
Goddamn math. 15 points of psychic damage.
Amazing. Anything else on your turn?
Yep. Give me 1 second. My audio keeps being a dick. Yeah. I'm gonna. What? 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna run over to here and bonus action hide again.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Another, that's another 13 for that check, and no. Nope, not else.
Lorea.
Yes, I would like to cast Healing Hands on my turtle friend. I need to go whoop, and I will do healing word. Healing hand. I'm having a stroke. He, however, gets 7 hit points back. That was my action. I have no viable bonus action, so I'm gonna yeet out of F's range.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Ku. You still just about have line of sight to watch this happen. The captain leans over Geo, and you watch him sort of like just like fingers on his, and he's watching, and you watch as Geo is just gasping for air with like blood running down his mouth. Tilts his head and places a hand, and you watch like a almost reddish hue fall over Geo. And he sort of dusts his hands up, stretches a little bit, stands up, and deliberately looks you straight in the eyes before he turns and looks at the rest of your party. Bellini, it's your turn.
I
Well, that's
stand
not
up. I bonus action. No, I fuck it. I drink a potion of speed. I get the effects of the haste spell.
Okay.
Which feels like a waste, but my speed is doubled. I get a +2 bonus to AC. I get an additional action on my turn. So yeah, I am going to cast. Sorry. So I am going to drink a greater potion of healing as my regular action. As my extra action, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to run over because I still have enough movement, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds as there you go. So Geo, you get. I'm hoping Geo is still alive. Geo, you get 8 points of. You get 8 hit points.
Geo, your eyes are open as you watch Bellini walk over, feeling this rush of warmth into your body. So you're already awake by the time Bellini gets to you. You can't quite figure out why, but you do receive the healing.
So let me delete Potion of Speed. And then that is.
I'm so fucking confused.
I am too.
I don't trust anything.
And then F is going to
Stop doing that.
F is going to throw a fireball at the captain.
Okay.
F crits.
Oof. Tell me damage. Come on.
That's 7 plus 3. Wildfire totem. Hold on. Plus. So that's 9 points of fire damage.
Very nice. Anything else?
Yeah, F is gonna get all up in his face and just go.
Ah! Get him away! The scout is going to fire at Eth. Try and get him off. That is a dirty 20 for the first one. And a 19 for the second.
Both hit.
He takes... Bloop, bloop, bloop. 10 points of piercing damage.
F turns back into F disappears.
Okie dokie. Geo, you're up.
I am going to get up, and then I want to grapple the captain.
Okay. Give me your strength check, please.
So I have advantage, so I'm going to roll it twice. The first one was a 17.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the 17.
That is a fail. As you wrap those arms around, you just watch him just slyly look up. He almost like pinches one of your fingers and twists. And there's like a sharp pain. You instinctively let go. But you are still standing. So.
Okay.
Anything else in your turn?
I am going to chug a potion of healing as my bonus action.
Wonderful. Yeah, roll those dice. Ku, you're up. Ooh, actually, no. That's a lie. Get out of my way. 5, 10. Nice. So excited. Okay. Lorea, I know you're eating, but this might be quite important for you. You watch as the elven woman sort of turns and in long strides just runs across and drop kicks the scout in the back, and he just crashes into the floor, face scraping against. She then sort of cracks her neck, and you watch as this almost radiant glow begins emanating from her armor. Instinctively, this guard captain begins to sort of inch backwards. So, Geo, you get an attack of opportunity. As he's moving backwards, she's moving forwards.
I'm going to take my maul and try and hook it at him. Does a 16 hit?
It does not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Ku, now it's your go.
He saw me. I'm not going to try to hide again. I'm just going to bonus action, steady aim. And let me check. Okay, cool. Yeah, throw one of my psychic blades at him. .22 to hit.
Hits. Show me the money. Show me the money.
No money. Big whammy. It's a whole 8 damage.
Oh. Okay, no worries. Anything else?
No, that's my bonus action. I am not allowed to move because I steady aimed and I took my action.
Awesome. Lorea, it is your turn.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
Cool.
That's what we're
You do
doing?
need to move forward just slightly, but then you may, yes.
Oh, because of the wall. I was gonna say
Yeah.
120 feet. But yeah. I can see him from here, right? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
So
stand
these
here.
walls are the backs of houses. I just didn't want to put it in there, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see everything.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can see him from here. That's fine. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast his face.
Yeah. Chipion.
23 to hit.
Hits. Show me the money.
10 force and 2 necrotic.
How do you want to do
Okay,
this?
level- Ah! Sorry. For screaming. Well, it's the same as before. She puts her hands forward. There is this sonic ripple through the air, distorted air, as it hits him in the chest, and I imagine there is a concave in his armor as he collapses into the floor, hit by the Eldritch Blast, and there is once again that puff of sickly green from the necrotic damage. That doesn't do a lot with him, but you know, for flavor. He gets fucked.
Amazing.
Time.
Now, as the combat ends, before we go to a... the scout really ran... Yeah. As we... Before we... We're going to go to a quick break after this combat, but before we do, you guys hear as the elven leader turns to all of you and quickly motions for you all to follow. You all begin to move towards those rebels on your left, which behind down an alleyway, they begin to all run down. As that's happening, you hear like a clap of thunder, someone shout, "Enough!" from further on behind the stage. But we will get to that in a little bit. Before we obviously will take a quick bio break and grab some drinks and various other things. Remember, if you do want to grab a ticket for the weekly giveaways, you may do so. If you haven't won yet, you are perfectly welcome to put your name back into the rotation to win yourself a mystery dice bag. Or if you want 10% off, what do they have to do, Bellini?
They have to use code WYRD, W-Y-R-D.
Yes, over on Mystery Dice Goblins, or Mystery Dice Goblins UK, if you are based in the UK. See you in a little bit. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Bye.
Find me a place among my brethren, the pines, the bees, the frost. I cannot stay where nature's embrace is lost. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Down by riverside resting, no one but me. Leave behind your troubles and your worries. Set your soul on fire and dance among the trees. Oh, find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Ooh, where the horned one sleeps. Deep in woodlands running, no one but me. Wake up, breathed in ivy, bathed in the light of the moon. Through the canopy I see the light of the stars shining through. Down by shoreside singing, no one but me. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise. For the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Oh. Strike, turn, hammer and burn. The bellows teach and the fires burn. Iron, oil, temper and toil. The forge ain't hot if your blood don't boil. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade to slay that evil heel. A sword that gleams like diamonds that can make the darkness kneel. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel. And when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise. For the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Hear that anvil ring, echo song of the hammer swing. Shape, grind, polish and shine. The world ain't ready for a work so fine. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade for to purge the blight which creeps upon this world we love to take from us the light. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel. And when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise. For the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel. That when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise. For the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Killers, thieves, thick of skin, till your ruthless trial begins. Let the judge's word sink in, a lifetime on the Isle of Sin. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
Jagged rock, sea slate caves, no way out but the 10-foot waves. You'll cry out to be saved, no reprieve for the criminal slave. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
Cursed stone, blessed orb, swing your pick till you hit the floor. Break your filthy back some more until you strike the mithril score. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
With your life, pay your dues, work or die, it's yours to choose. You've got nothing left to lose, the sharks await should you refuse. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
An empty look behind your eyes, no soul of a man left there to find.
No hope within these day you die. Welcome to the Isle of Sin. Welcome to the Isle of Sin. Welcome to the Isle of Sin.
Her soul and mine, they're one and the same. Split one in twain, and we both feel the pain. The sins of one father unread in our veins. Through darkness and hunger, she remained, but her heart no more beats in tandem with mine. And I'm waiting for the wink and the witty one-liner, for her to say she got me and hit me with a smile. But the hole in my chest says I'll be waiting for a while. Be a boatman, your reaper. I'll be yours, but you can't keep her. Lay me down on a bed of raven's feathers. Dear sister, swear to me you'll stay close, never out of reach. Oh, do not go far from me until I'm gone. Mantle of death, black feathered crown.
Okay, and we're back, finished with our combat. As we hear a booming voice shouting, "Enough!" You're all midway through joining the elven leader as she quickly motions for you to follow her, says follow me, obviously, and begins moving you all towards the rest of her companions who are on the left. They seem to have won what seems to be their interaction. One of them you see is parrying one of the guards with a rapier. There seems to be water flowing all around him, and his hair almost flows like a river as he finishes catching one of their swords and flings it off to one side and sort of stabs him in the neck. You hear this like a clap of thunder. Behind the stage, through another alleyway, you see more guards spill into the square, flanked by a towering figure, striding with, not with haste, but more with purpose. He's about 6'4", roughly about the same height as the elven leader. His skin is pale as moonlight, drawn tight across very high cheekbones. He's got long, dark hair that's slicked all the way back, and the tips fade like ash into a white. His eyes are black and ringed with crimson, very broad-shouldered, wearing regal crimson plate armor that glints like dried blood in the firelight. Gold inlay forms the shape of a sunburst across his chest plate, which has been twisted, its center cracked and blackened, and a long flowing black cloak trails behind him. He stops a few paces from the body of a fallen rebel from the group that was fighting beyond the stage. His gloved hand extends outwards, palm flat. Larea feels it first, like a pressure in the air, the moment before lightning strikes, and with a low growl he closes his fist. You watch as blood seeps, not only from that rebel, but a couple next to him, eyes, mouth, nose, drawn upwards towards his palm in crimson tendrils that coil through the air before vanishing into a ruby sigil sat on his gauntlet. They all drop like a husk, empty and sunken in, and you watch as he just sort of relishes in the moment, licking the tops of his teeth. There's a long blackened longsword in his hand that seems to smolder as if embers of a dying fire. You'd seen a very similar blade on the captain, but this one seems worse, almost as if it would catch fire at any moment. And just for the fun of it, you watch as he sweeps part of it across the top of one of the rebels that alights in fire. The elven leader quickly grabs onto you guys, barreling some of you through a side alley, kicking open a door and beginning to usher you through, survivors and the rest of you, before the Baron can find you. As she's trying to get all of you through the door, you quickly hear her, under her breath, shout to the others. We have 3 minutes. That's a dread pulsed trail. It remembers footsteps, magic. It will follow the strongest heat. Just shoving you all. Boots thunder on the cobblestone. Shouts rise behind you. Obscure reinforcements begin to fan out from across the square. You watch as some of them pull into their pockets and begin crushing a vial in their hands as black smoke erupts into the air, snaking into 3 tendrils that begin to seek out the nearest rebels running away. You have
when you say
a moment.
When
to
you say
decide.
we have 3 minutes, do we need to run for 3 minutes because they can track us for 3 minutes, or we have 3 minutes till they can track us?
You don't know.
I asked this to the elf lady.
She is too busy trying to shove you through the doorway. Just like, hurry the fuck up. Get in.
I tap Geo and I go, get small.
Oh, I already did after I woke up.
Okay.
Still trying to figure out why I felt something warm and I woke up before you healed me.
That's weird. And I look at the lady and I go, do you know what's up with that?
Just get in
I think-
or die. Just choose one. She's already beginning to
go
close
in.
the door.
I go in.
Yeah, I
As
was
you
gonna
all...
say, at that point, I would have grabbed them by the shirts and just pulled them in.
Cool. As you all tumble in, she begins to close the door. Loraya, you watch as one of the smoke tendrils immediately snaps midair and begins following towards your group. She pushes through the back door of this very small-looking shop, barreling through a tight alley and shoulder-checking a half-rotted gate that lies in front of all of you. The passage beyond is very tight, rank with mildew and ash, and you can see the smoke from the square still clinging to whatever scent that group is leaving behind. You watch as the prisoner stumbles at your side, one hand pressed to his neck, rubbing a very purple bruise. Behind you, you hear more whistles of coordinated patrols, the dull bark of a command of whoever that crimson-plated man was, and the slam of various different doors as citizens are ordered inside. They're beginning to box the district in. You cross through another alleyway, and the elven leader turns to you all. We don't have much time. My name is Maurice. That's Saka. He's an idiot. She pulls into her belt a pouch and begins slapping across some of her wounds this ashen-looking powder. Like charcoal. And then offers it to the rest of you.
Can I roll insight to see like what this is, or like?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's inside. Do you want to see? Are you checking to see if it's safe, as in what she's giving you, or do you want to try and see what this stuff is? Because insight would be on her, and then like a medicine or survival check would be on the stuff itself.
I'll do the medicine survival check.
I'll insight check her while he does that.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
The 19 insight.
She is short of breath for obvious reasons, sweating for obvious reasons, that you can assume. Very hurried, very concerned, very scared, and very insistent that you should do as she did.
I got an 18 on my survival check.
It's smoke ash. As in literal ash from a fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That has antiseptic properties. I rub that in my wounds.
Well, she begins helping wipe, probably Geo first because he's the biggest. Across any wounds that you might have, she's rubbing it down as you watch some of the charcoal begins to cover it. After she looks over you, she quickly checks to the side, listening to the whistles, and then looks to her left. Swinging above this door is a very small sign of a tankard. She checks it for a minute and then smashes the door down. Disappearing into a moment, you see a bunch of rustling and then a cry of anguish almost. As she reappears, a barrel slung over one shoulder. She throws it across the floor, stabbing a hole, and the tang of alcohol hits the air as it begins pouring into the street. As that's happening, from beyond where you've just come from, you see the tendril of black smoke turns the corner, almost like a serpent, seeking out its prey, licking the air. She bends down and begins to feverishly trying to alight a tinderbox that she produces from her pocket. She looks around at you all, realizing the company that she keeps. I'd say, Ku, with your insight check, you get a hint of there's been enough crimes for now, why not another? And she's like, fuck it, and lifts her hands up, and you watch as a small tendril of fire begins to flicker at the tips. A guard races around the corner, following the tendril, but is thrown back by a wreath of fire that hits the air as Maurice, the elven leader, throws a fireball down the alleyway, and you hear an explosion of stone and wood, casting them all in a bright flame. Once that magical flame dies down, the alcohol across the floor alights once more, and the pulsed tendril recoils midair, and then turns swirling around the fire as if it's a moth to a flame. And it hovers there, looking confused, if it was a creature, maybe? And she begins running down another alleyway. Do you want to follow her?
Yeah.
Very quickly, while we're cleaning up and everything, I'm gonna turn on the telepathic thing I can do for the next 6 hours. And then use a bonus action to get that psionic energy die back, and then continue.
Okay.
And do as she says.
There's 2 more alleys, a shop front, and there's a broken sign that swings like a guillotine. Half burned, its paint long faded, it says Dry Laction Sons. It could be a locksmith or a laundry service, you're not too sure. But the elven leader doesn't hesitate, she just pulls you through a side door with peeling black paint and a rusted bell that chimes once and then falls silent. Inside is darkness. Dust clings to a cracked window glass, and the old shop floor is littered with snapped furniture and empty crates. You hear a thud of footsteps as 2 guards run past the window. You're all cowering a little bit. The display counter has been shattered, and the floor beneath it warped with water damage and time. Once the guards are gone, Maurice crosses to a far wall, a hand dragging across the warped shelving, and she finds what she's looking for, a small ring embedded in the floorboards. With a grunt, she pulls it. It doesn't quite go all the way. She sort of motions to Geo.
And then I could just go over there and yank the door off.
Cool. Trapdoor, stiff, but quite quiet as the hinge. Beneath a very narrow crawl space, just enough to fit Geo into, in packed earth and stone. And you drop one by one into the low tunnel, shoulders brushing the sides. The air is cold and musty, and the tunnel curves and then widens. You open up into what appears to be a stone room. A couple of the citizens beginning to lean against the walls and hold whatever various injuries they might have. Some of the rebels checking their blades or having a look. There's a door on one wall, and you watch as the Water Genasi rebel with a rapier just opens it up, moves across, knocks on another door in a very staccato pattern, and then that door opens as well. You are led into a staircase that goes down before another door on the same knock as it opens up, releasing onto a very ornate, strangely, quite large room with a large open hearth at one end. Some of the rebels going and sitting around, someone picking up the remnants of what you assume could have been their lunch as they continue cooking. And the civilians begin pouring in, making their way over to an old woman who begins helping them bandage things. You are safe, you can assume.
Bellini looks at the rest of the group and goes, "Guys, what the fuck? What the fuck? We were here as diplomats, and now we're involved with some kind of rebellion. What the fuck?"
Do you expect anything less from me? I fight whatever I want.
Yeah, but like, what the fuck? And Bellini just has a full-on like existential crisis meltdown in the corner.
I put my hand on Bellini's shoulder and I say, none of us expected it to be this dire. When we arrived, we were here to right wrongs, and wrong just came at us at an earlier time than we imagined. But we did the right thing.
We don't make the rules here. We're not in our home.
But their rules are evil.
Yeah, so we're our own countries, but
Look, if it was just that we couldn't use magic, I would be with you on this one, Delaney, but they were hanging people in the street for seemingly very minor reasons. I don't know that our diplomatic mission was going to go very far if they can't respect the basics of human
Midnight
rights.
life.
yeah, true. This is a lot, y'all.
If it makes you feel better, I don't know that anyone of consequence saw us fighting who escaped there alive.
True. Did y'all see me turn into a monkey? That was new.
That was pretty badass, I have to say.
I never knew you could do that.
Yeah, normally I just summon Eth, but I thought we could use extra help.
You thought correctly.
I can't cast spells while I'm a monkey, but I can do monkey things. Bellini
was
just
cool.
kind of scratches himself a little bit.
You did great. I was very proud of your monkey form.
Okay.
Can
I
I
turn to the new lady.
look? Can I take a look at the people gathered? Is it all elves? Is it like a collection of people?
Yeah, so you see, I don't know, you don't even need to roll for it. You see a couple of elves, a couple of potentially elven-looking people, so maybe half-elven. The points aren't as sharp, and they don't have the same sort of glint and glimmer to their features or eyes. There's a smattering of obviously very shaken up looking humans. There's the odd water genasi that you'd seen. There's a young dwarf and a young halfling as well. Most of the people in the room are human.
Well, it's good to know it's not just some elf bullshit. I turned my attention towards what Bellini was about to do.
Sorry, your name is, you mentioned it, but I don't remember.
Maurice.
Maurice.
Hi. Yeah, what the fuck is going on, please? Explain. Would love some context. We just arrived today. Like,
You feel
5 minutes
like
before
a-
that all shit went down.
You feel like a very hearty sort of slap on the back and an arm around your shoulder as you watch the water genasi very suavely just leans on you. Well, my friend, welcome to the Eye of Embers, the last rebellion to the hateful Obscurum regime. It's glad to have you. Are you staying?
Cool, great. Why is there a... More context, please. Tell us about your kingdom. Tell us why there's a rebellion. I can see why they were hanging that man, but like, when did this occur? We're not from here. In theory, our kingdoms are allies.
Oh, really? Where are you guys from? Well, I kind of guessed you're not from around here, and maybe not that one. And he's sort of looking up at Geo.
I don't even know where I'm from, so
I don't
your-
even know
your
what
guess
you
is as
are.
good as mine. I am me.
Hi, me.
We're from Tessisrela.
Ah. Yeah, what's that like? I've heard it's really, really nice. My grandparents were from there, apparently.
It's pretty great.
Mhm.
Like it a lot. Way nicer and happier than this place.
Do you guys have tea? I've
yeah,
heard
I pull out my-
like they do really nice tea over there.
I pull my teapot out and I go, "Would you like some?"
Hell yeah. Can I use it? Can I borrow it while you're talking to Maurice? I'll give it back. I promise. I just
produce flame under my teapot. I add water and I make tea, and I just stand there like this.
that is
Like this.
cool. I've never been able to heat something. It's just that's more like, you know, the fire guys, not me. Do you need any more water?
kind of-
I can just
In a bit of a hushed tone, I hiss to Bellini, "Don't use magic when you don't need to."
Oh no, it's fine because of and he points up, and up on the ceiling is the same symbol you'd seen on the brooch on the wheel. It's the eye wreathed in flames, and around it a small, almost elven script, and they're all glowing very faintly as you see the magic being used. Is that?
Sorry, my apologies. I just assumed we needed to be more.
Oh
careful.
no, I appreciate it. You're very clever. Yep, I'm gonna stick with clever.
And I make tea and I go, get yourself a cup.
On it, and he just wanders off.
Cool. So yeah, what the fuck is up with your kingdom?
Same thing as there's always been.
How long has this been like this? I hear
Good
this is the
50 years or
place-
so, maybe 60. It changed when the Dawn Council had a re-election. It started very
How long have
small,
they-
so
How
So
long?
assume we have never been here before,
mhm.
and explain what's going on as if that were true.
Right. Yes. Sorry. It's been a long week. Saka got himself captured at least twice, and yes. So welcome to Obscura. I'm sure you would have wished for a nicer entry into our lovely city. About 50, 60 years ago, the Dawn Council had new people elected, very popular. very welcome. They want to bring in a lot of change, a lot of new prosperity and individuality to the kingdom. So we could better choose our allies and help our people. More introspective. Less aid to other kingdoms, unless they truly needed it. With that change, unfortunately, slowly and surely they imposed new rules, martial law, no magic. And then the Dread Pulse. This only works in the city mainly, but it's some sort of concoction that the council came up with. Can sense magic or even blood, and there's talk of various different experiments that happen within the capital underneath their chambers. A lot of people go in, not many come back. Unless they want to put on a show of execution to keep the citizens in line. But, a lot of people here are fighting against different regimes and keeping to themselves. The rot in here doesn't really sit on the surface. It's deep. It's in the bones of Obscura. They don't want obedience. They want to remake the world and... yeah. Not great. They take people. I mean, I was... at one point an Obscura captain, and they took an interest in my sister, said she was a vessel, said that her blood could anchor the old wards. And I saw her shackled and bleeding, smiling through the pain, and that's when I stopped praying to serve Obscura in that capacity. Instead I found, and she sort of holds an amulet. It's not quite the eye that you'd seen. It's like a sword embedded in a shield. I would say that Bellini has seen this before, once or twice. It is the amulet of the Guardian, which is the god of honor, battle, and chivalry. She's just sort of holding it.
Do I know anything? I know it's the god of honor, battle, and chivalry. Do I know any of their, like, custom?
Roll me a history check or a religion, depending on which one's better for you.
I got an 11.
Ooh, that is not great.
No.
The Warriors of the Guardian, or Varanorians, as they are better known, it is one of the lesser pantheons' names that is more commonly shared. A lot of the time you don't hear what their actual name is, more just their moniker. So you've got the Guardian, the Reverie, things like that. They will never be without a weapon or some form of implement to cause harm, but also to protect people with. And those specific paladins or knights of Varanor are imbued with the radiant power of the god himself. They are the more physically manifested presence of a deity than anyone else.
Do they have, like, a symbol they make? So, like, in not D&D world, in, like, Christianity, there's, like, the
yeah, so this one's the
crowds.
classic, you take to one knee, hold your sword in front of you. That's usually the stance that most of them take.
That's like, well, and I, like, tap her on the shoulder. It's like, well, as a man of Zephyrix, peace be with you.
I appreciate it. I didn't realize you were one of faith.
Yeah. You
I
know,
dabble.
I dabble. And sometimes you just really need somebody to talk to. I'm no cleric, but the holidays bring much joy to my very large turtle family.
I kind of step in and I ask, so the Durham Council, they're elected, so I'm assuming there's not a monarchy here.
No. No.
But I get a feeling that there's families in play, clans, whatever you
Oh,
want to call
a
it.
couple, sure, yeah. There is House Obscura, of course. They always have a seat on the council. They're not elected. Everyone else comes and goes depending on how much wealth or if they want to stay within the city.
So House Obscurum, is that the spiral eye sign?
They have used it in the past, yes. I don't think it ever belonged to them, but repurposed, I believe.
Repurposed. Do you have any idea of what it was repurposed? I'm sorry
Beyond
to
me,
ask
it's
you
definitely not
questions.
anything elven, as far as I'm aware.
What do you mean it's not anything elfin? Was there originally an elfin bloodline in House Obscurum?
That is the rumor.
Interesting. And I learned, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the coin with the moon, sorry, not the coin, moon and two daggers belongs to the Dawnfall, which is this one and the same as the Council of Dawn?
The Dawnfall's a myth. They're said to be a secret society that follow or operate within the Dawn Council. It's rebel rumors, whispers.
Right. Why would I have a coin of them if they're rumors?
Yep. You have a coin of them?
I take it out. We
She
found
just looks at it
near-
and tries to take it from you.
Keep it back.
Oh no, sorry. I can I have a closer look? I just
Of course. Very carefully give it to her. We
Yeah.
found it near some psychotic wizard doing weird experiments on amalgamations. It was way back in our city as well, so we were kind of confused why it wound up there.
They are ever one for the rules, despite the ones they impose. She's sort of looking it over, and she produces out of her own pocket another coin. Hers is a sunburst, a radiant sun, very similar to the one you'd seen on the guard captain's armor and the Baron. Both of theirs had been cracked or torn or bent or splashed with something. They were all warped in some way, but her coin is perfectly preserved. Obscura back in the day used to have a I guess some would say not a ritual, but like a tradition. If you were worthy enough, you couldn't buy it. You can only earn it through noble deeds. Your house would be given a coin. And people used to use it all the time in like challenges of to solve petty disagreements and stuff.
And what of the house that bears the bat and the dagger?
Yeah, that one I do know. Yeah, what is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that one belongs to Ishkar.
Ishka.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they don't traditionally have elven lineage in their family, do they?
Who, Ishkar?
Yes.
No, I don't know. You don't often see them around.
It's just I met this one-off guy who had pointed ears, and I was quite curious about it, considering what they hunt. I might be dense, of course, but it did
What did he look
stand
like?
out to me. Big, captain, black hair, kind of like the rest of them here, actually.
See, she like
Ryla.
ponders for a
Does
minute.
that ring a bell?
Ryla.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume that's the name he's going by. Silver eyes, right? Golden glint to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Long scars of, I assume, being lashed on his back.
You could say that, yeah. There's a lot that goes around about that one, but he's no captain.
What do you mean?
No, he's a council member, that one.
You see her eyes widen.
Yeah, the Fang of Many Faces, we've come to call him. Likes to switch it up every now and then. Always roughly the same sort of figure to him. Muscular. Big.
With council member, do you mean Council Dawn?
Yeah. Yeah, the warden. Warden Siler.
Okay. And I join Bellini in his existential dread.
Lorraine, did you fuck a vampire?
I might have.
Cool, but also
Okay,
think I
let's
could've.
not let's not be prejudiced now.
Coming from the other vampire.
I will say...
I mean, considering that con save, there's no prejudice here.
I will say, as if on cue, one of the rebels comes up and like whispers in Maurice's ear, and you see her eyes flick to Q for a moment, and like a small, narrowed, just for a glimpse, and then she
I put
tilts
my
back.
hand on my staff / club, and I go, like, give her a side eye.
My colleague tells me one of you tried to bite one of the guards.
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
Have you
for that?
never been in a fight before?
She just tilts her head. She's like, "Fair point. Yeah, I suppose. Use whatever you have." Look, you're free to stay with us, get whatever you need, eat, drink, sleep. There'll be some bunks for you. You helped me recover Saka, so I appreciate it.
Was the guard captain that we killed? Was it Ryler? Or was it a different set of armor?
No,
Different-
but the fucking booming
different
voice
set of
guy
armor.
was. I'm pretty sure. Sorry.
I look at her and I go, well, listen. And I looked at the group in our head because we're cyclically linked at the moment. It's Lord of Chains or Lord of Torment. Who was it?
Same person.
Same person.
Yeah.
And they're a member of the Dawn Council / influencing the Dawn Council. Do we ask Maurice about somebody who might go by that name?
Reason not to.
Yeah, they could.
I have
mean,
no reason not to.
Cards are on the table already. I assume they
Oh.
know we're somewhat on their side.
We don't have to tell them why.
No.
So see if there is a reaction.
Does the name Lord of Chains or Lord of Torment mean anything to you?
Yeah, he's the evil deity of the Dread Pact, apparently. So the stories go.
And it's not a person, it's a deity?
Well, yeah, some people say so.
And where might he reside?
Beyond the veil, obviously.
And who serves him in this city? Or / on the Dawn Council?
Knowing those bastards, probably all of them.
Cool.
Definitely Iskar, for sure. She is creepy enough as it is.
And who's that? Sorry.
Iskar. The
Represent.
scribe, you know? Yeah, sorry. You're not from here.
We're not from here.
She sort of, commands a lot of the rules of Obscura. She's on the Dawn Council.
Gotcha. In my head, I go, so we got to kill that person. We might just be killing everyone. I'm not a listen. I'm struggling, guys. I want to make this clear. We might be murdering a lot of people.
Yeah, but
For
they're
the
bad
freedom
people.
of this country? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
And also whatever that dragon was going to give us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at Maurice and I go, so if the Dawn Council were to be removed, what happened?
I mean, I assume some people would have to replace them. Usually how transfer of power goes. Otherwise, an errant guard captain or general might step up.
Cool. And how's your reputation?
Mine? I mean, with these guys, it's great. With the, a lot of the citizens, the council like to twist our rebellion into insurgency or terrorism. We're not seen too well by them.
Cool. And if we were to murder every person on the Dawn Council?
I assume they would probably take that as quite bad, yeah. A lot of the citizens are quite used to the regime, and you know, you see enough hate speech, it becomes rhetoric, and then it becomes belief, so you'll not find too many kind eyes to people like us. She's looking
And
at
how many
Lorraine.
members of the Dawn Council are there?
12, from what I heard. Oh, 11.
Take out 12.
11.
Oh.
It was meant to be 12.
What happened to the 12?
I would like that to. I would like to know that as well.
Of
Alright.
Is there anywhere that there's some information written down about the Dawn Council that we can familiarize ourselves with the members?
You see, she sort of like sighs a little bit and like rubs the end of her nose. Oh yeah. Talk to Charlie, he can tell you everything. And she sort of motions towards the water genasi. He's sort of expectantly, he's got his tea now and he's just sipping it like, oh god, yes.
Coop will go talk to him and like get the download while these people, the rest of the party, continues to converse with Maurice.
Lycan, could you repeat the true name of Ryder, because I missed that while writing all of my notes, which was very busy. There was a lot going on.
Yes I can. The Fang of Many Faces, they called him. Warden Sylar. It says Wardon.
Thank you. That was the only
This
thing
is a
in my
council
notes.
member, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So the ones
of
she's
House
mentioned so far
Ishkar.
is Warden Sylar and Ishkar.
Gotcha. So we gotta kill Ishka.
Well, Ishkar is the house, right? And
So
Warden
the
Sylar
Ishkar
the
is
true
a
name of-
person, and they belong to that house. Yeah,
To House Obscura?
to House Ishkar.
Oh, okay.
Well, sorry, I'm very confused because Ishkar is a person and he belongs to the house Ishkar.
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
said?
So no one knows his first name. His name is just Ishkar.
Then And what is Warden Siler? I'm sorry, I'm very stupid.
So Warden Siler is the guy you slept with. He's known as the Fang of Many Faces. The
Yeah.
scribe, the person she was talking to that announces all the orders around Obscura, is called Ishkar, and his house, House Ishkar, is the coin with the bat and the dagger.
Oh, so Ryler isn't Ishkar. He is Warden Silent, and he serves Ishkar.
You would assume so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I know it's very, very convoluted in the way that the information came about.
Also,
But you
language
guys did really
barriers,
well in
just
the
that.
combat, so you get as much information as you ask.
This is all Ryler, and Ishkar is the scribe. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying.
That's all right. Love me a note taker.
Well, it's not as elaborate as Ben's notes, but it'll do.
Yeah, Ben's notes are like exactly what I've
They're
said.
insane. All right. Well, let's head on over to Charlie then to get everything we need. All the
I
info.
redress Eth by the way.
Okay. You do get a couple of weird looks as you're just dressing a sack doll, but it's like we'll just leave him to it.
Eth flips a couple people the bird.
Amazing.
I'm just kind of assuming I have Moro sort of tucked into my coat, and I kind of give him room to exist outside of my coat for a second, assuming we're safe-ish. Right. Off to Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie just propped up, sat on a barrel, his legs swinging a little bit, just sipping the tea. Just once again, just been like, oh god, yes.
In my head, I go, what did you want to ask Charlie, Koo?
Just more. I had intended to come over and just start getting all the information on the Dawn Council, like the other 10 members we don't know, who among them is liked, what their general vibe is.
Okay. Hi, Charlie. How is your tea?
It is unbelievable.
Great. Is it so unbelievable that you will tell us everything you know about the Dawn Council?
I can do one better. Follow me. And he gestures. As he's walking, you see he's very, like, considering the environment, he's very, like, enthusiastic, a very upward demeanor, just kind of strolling along. He opens a door into what you seem to be some sort of archery range with various targets littered across, and then moves along, and you can see, like, Charlie's room, and just opens a door. Come on. Come inside. It's big, don't worry. For your friend, he can duck underneath. You walk in, it's equally the same. You see, like, a bunk, a small table, and then his own sort of set of mannequin, a target, and then strewn across the wall is various different scrawling pictures of people, and then like a couple of large tomes, and then a bookcase that seems to be half fallen down, with some of the books have fallen out and he can't be bothered to put them back in. He's like, take a pew, I only have a chair and a bed, so do with that what you want. What do you want to know?
So, hypothetically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
when you need to dismantle an entire council, what would
Yeah.
you say would be interesting info to know?
Well, I mean, I assume you're talking about Obscura's council. Of course, you know there's meant to be 12 members. As far as we're aware, there's only 11. We assume that's because should a vote go to a tie, then the motion can't pass. And if you have enough sway with 11 people, it's always going to be an odd number.
So they don't bother with it well.
Nah. I think there was at one point, but they might have, you know, strung him up.
Sounds like them. As far
Yeah.
as I know them for now.
Yeah, I mean, you've got, like, the classic nobles, matriarchs. There's Lady Runestone, Archivist Aimheart, Sister Thorn, Gerald Wintros, I think. They're the pretty, I'd say, good ones. They're not often seen in executions, for one, which is pretty good if you ask me. Lady Runestone's the trade and diplomacy leader. You probably saw her flanking with a very like thin individual, slick back silver hair. I think they went to Taz's Railer at some point.
Yes, I believe we've seen them.
Yeah. Then you got Archivist Hart. He's the Civil Codex and Census guy, but honestly, I don't think he naturally does his job. A lot of population records, civil rights, that kind of thing. Not that we have many. Sister Thorn is a half-Orcan druidic liaison from Kaloria.
Vulcan in the council.
Yeah, she, a lot about, like, city growth and spiritual sites and trying to keep the last of our temples alive. She's not doing very well. And then good old Gerald Wintros, he's the Master of Coin. I mean, he's always busy, clearly. Because they steal enough from most people.
Right.
What about
Easily
what about
bribed,
Joe?
but he's not cruel. He's actually quite nice. Helps out some of the orphans.
Is Joe on the council?
Joe?
Joe Mama.
That's a nice one. This guy's funny. Oh.
And Bellini just stares into the void after cracking that joke.
Then you got the neutral ones. You got Professor Klein. She's the headmistress of the Obscuran Arcatorium. Funnily enough, she's a drow. Skeptical about the clergy and the military. I think she might be involved with something to do with Ishkar. Something foul and arcane, probably. Rennick Broll, he's the commander of the city guard. He's loyal to Syla, I think. But, not too bright. Starost Ellen Selmy, she's the elected voice of the people. The people that voted. Or were killed when they tried to vote opposite. You could
Was
bribe
your
her, though.
last vote?
She's very cowardly. Quite brave when it comes to certain things that she stands on, but she doesn't stand on many things, so, you know, easily swayed. A little idealistic, fiercely passionate about justice, but I think they cooked her mind a little bit, if I'm honest.
I'm very curious to see what she thinks justice is if I look at the state of this place, but sure.
Yeah. And then, obviously, you've got the, the four shitheads, and he sort of draws one blade and, like, flings it towards a sketch that looks vaguely enough like Syla that you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. The Fang of Many Faces is a dick. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has a good story to tell, charming as hell. I mean, he can change his face for one, so that's usually quite helpful. He does enforcement, espionage, law-keeping, that kind of stuff. Appears as various different members of the military, border enforcers, make sure nothing goes awry. You got Varakin Daz. You would have seen him just now. Retired war hero. Respect and fear. I have a sneaky suspicion he's like a creature of the night or something, because I'm pretty sure I once saw him eat someone. But he's the one that enforces the martial law within the city. And a lot about the military.
Was he the guy with the booming voice?
Yeah, the Crimson Baron. Dickhead.
Alright, I was worried that was...
And he sort of
Syla.
flings another knife. Ishkar, obviously, Ishkar Velright. She's the scribe. She keeps the city's history, makes all the rules. She's definitely a necromancer. I'm just gonna out that right now. I am 100% sure I've seen her with a skeleton once. And I'm talking like, seen her with a skeleton. If you get my... Given her the bone, you know?
Which bone?
You know what?
Exactly.
I have. There's a lot of anatomical questions there. We need to cover it another
Me
time.
too. Me too. Once, if I can figure that out, I will let you know. But yeah, she is heavily into the arcane, but always the spooky shit, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And then there's obviously the High Priestess Valessa Vire herself. That one is a few marbles short of a basket, if you get my saying. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. She's crazy. She's crazy, she's cruel. She enjoys to kill people, revels in their torment, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure that's who she worships. But public face of charity, ironically, piety. She pretends to follow Eridus the Weaver, but that's never been. That's not. I mean, maybe the death side, sure. I think you don't often see her out in the day, so probably another one of the, you know, ones who like blood. There's a lot of rumors going around about that, so I've just made my own assumptions.
Oh, they're 100% vampires.
Yeah, I mean, there's a rumor she also feeds on fear and worship and faith. Like almost, you know, I'm talking like deity level, powered on belief, sort of thing.
Oh,
There was
but
once
that like-
there was once an assassination attempt in one of the churches. And you probably saw it coming in. It's all broken down, but she essentially exploded it with something, I don't know. But everyone that was there to listen to her sermon died, and in the process, she was the only person left alive in that place. So yeah, she's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know anything of the Lord of Torment?
I mean, I may have been a priest at some point, but I won't tell anyone if you want.
Of the Lord of Torment?
Oh,
You're a priest of
God,
the Lord of Torment?
no, I'm not a fucking moron.
Why would you
Hell
speak
no.
so confusing if you're...
No, I mean, like, I was a priest at one point. You know, like a cleric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you worship? Or priest for? Can I make the sign of Zephyrix?
You know, the Luminary. The Lady of Light.
We're kind of like... Focus. Lord of Torment. Lord of Torment.
Oh, right,
rolled-
yeah.
I
Sorry.
rolled a 14. Assume I know-
You wouldn't even need to roll for it. The Luminary is one of the Trinity. She's
Okay.
her domain is energy and light. She is the embodiment of vitality, driving force behind creation. She helped make a lot of the mortal races, and she is depicted a lot of the time via sunlight or the sun. And it says that she sits on a throne in the sun, and that's where she lives.
You're
Whether or
open,
not
I
that's
think.
true, you don't know. And in a separate life, a character that Von played worshipped his deity's wife. No, sorry, she was the wife of his deity,
Yeah.
the Arch Sentinel.
I was gonna say.
So when you guys were in the other game, in the temple, underneath in the ruins, there was a statue of her and him together. So she's one of the big three.
Gotcha.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, Charlie just sort of chuckles to himself. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Lord of Torment. Yeah. Thalgor. Not many people know that. That's his name.
Interesting.
You're welcome. He's the Lord of Suffering and Agony. Most of his followers believe that suffering and torment are paths to enlightenment and strength, and they seek his favor to endure hardship. But as you know, belief and emotion are a strong motivation for power. Love being a very good one. You know, all praise the Luminary and, you know, all that. Life, light, hope. That's what the Varanorians believe in. Oh, well, battle, mainly. But, you know, hope with battle and honor and all of that stuff. But yeah, on the flip side, fear, pain, torment. You can do a lot with that. And, it's said that he doesn't quite live beyond the veil. He was cast away before the veil even existed, so I mean, there's rumors that he's in a different plane of the world. God knows. Hopefully in the abyss, screaming for all eternity. Who knows? Lord of
Kind of
Chains is his moniker. So.
I kind of put my gloved hand up behind my back. Right. How high do you think the chances are the legendary four shitheads worship him?
Varkin, for sure. That man loves to inflict pain. Vanessa,
High
yeah.
Priestess seemed
High
like a
Priestess. Well, I mean,
very likely
she's got his fucking symbol on most of her clothing, so yeah.
Ah, well, that'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Valessa is the high priestess, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, most people don't know what his symbol is, so they're a little bit, you know. Ooh, that's nice. It's not.
What is the symbol?
Well, there's a couple. Chains, for one. Anything with chains usually is referred to him.
Cliche, yes.
Yeah, and then like a nine-tailed whip. That's a good one.
Hmm.
And
Very
the
broad with his symbols.
Yeah.
so Valessa's the priest. Verkeen is the captain, the guard.
The Crimson Baron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rennick Brawl. These are fully phonetic in the in chat. Rennick Brawl is the captain of the guard or the marshal, whatever. Ishkar is the scribe, and Warden Siler is the Fang, aka Lorea's Boo Thang.
Boo thing. Hell yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know if this is the order that we need to eliminate them, because I'm, like, curious, like, if we kill Verkeen first, that disrupts the guards, right? And then it would make it easier to kill.
Rennick would disrupt the guards. Verkeen's the. I don't. We just got the Crimson Baron. I don't know that we got what he did.
Yeah, so the Crimson Baron is the commander of the main military and a lot of the guard oversight within the city. He is supposedly, according to Charlie, a vampire general. But as you're sort of having that conversation, you just watch Charlie like tilts his head, like looking between all of you. Like, are you guys telepathic?
Huh?
You're just furrowing your
what were you
brows a
saying?
lot and then like looking at each other. It's
Oh, it's a lot to process, honestly.
Ah.
We just, yeah, we all.
I mean, it's cool
think
if you
a
are
lot.
like that. That's fine. I don't mind. I was just wondering. It's kind of wicked.
I've just been
Well,
here staring at the
okay.
ground.
I was gonna
You
make a
ever travel
joke
with
about us
people?
being a polycule, but
Cool.
If you
Yeah.
ever travel with people enough, you'll find that you can tell what they're thinking just by the look on their faces.
Ah, I get it. Yeah. There's one that Maurice does when she looks at me that I know I need to run. So I'll get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys drink?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. And he sort of like leans back and like grabs two bottles of it looks like very expensive wine that he might have procured from somewhere. And he just like uncorks both with like two that bloop. Like, shit, I didn't get glass. Can you pass me the glasses? I mean, I only have two, so I'll like pour two out and then the rest can have the bottles. If that...
I'll be fine. I need to speak to Maurice for a second. You go on ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and like pours two out and then like pours one bottle into the other and then hands that one to Geo.
Thank you. He cheers.
Yeah. Cool. For you, my good friend, cool? Yeah.
Cool. We'll grab one of the glasses.
And Turtle Man?
what are you gonna drink?
Oh, I've got the mug of tea, so I'll just once I finish that, Geo can sorry. Your hippo friend can top me up.
How did you know my name?
I misspoke. Sorry.
No, I'm good. Enjoy the wine.
Sweet. And he's like sipping the tea and then like sipping the wine.
Why don't you just mix the two together?
Oh yes. And he's like pours the larger glass of wine into the teacup and then like it's like spilt a bit. Oh fuck. And then like pours the other one back into the mug. Got it.
He just stares into the void. You just see a single tear roll down his eye.
Oh,
as-
Blaney, baby.
I'm sorry, Bellini. We're gonna be murdering people. I know that's not
I'm
your
okay
thing.
with that. Like, it's fine. They're bad people. They deserve it. This is just a lot.
Hey, what's wrong with your buddy?
Okay.
He doesn't like killing.
It's been a day.
It's been
He
a
definitely
day.
chose the wrong city to be in.
I'm a city turtle.
Uh-huh.
Specifically, Tesseralia city turtle. Never really been too far from there, so this is a lot. I did not expect the world to be like this.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, Tazarela is a pretty cool place. So. Yo, I heard they have like carriages that ride on water down the
Yeah,
city.
Got a boat,
That's cool.
got a barge.
Yeah. I wish we had that. That would make my life so much easier.
You don't have a lot of water here, though, do you?
No. No, I have to use my legs. It's very annoying.
Let's say we could build you a boat. That's not. We may be city folk, but we're not that city folk.
Uh-huh.
But
Can I go to Maurice in the meantime?
Yes, you may.
I was just. How is this roleplay going? All right. I would like to go over to her and sort of touch her on her upper arm, and I ask her, sort of hushed. I don't want to expose her or anything, but I say, I noticed you had a sort of a golden glow. Are you god touched?
No. No, I wish. No, this armor was given to me, used to belong to one of our people back in the day. We've
Sorry.
altered it a little bit for my form, but we were roughly the same sort of height and size, so.
Right. It is a very peculiar glow, radiant.
Yeah. Yeah, pure sunlight, apparently.
Seems pretty useful.
Very. Takes a lot out of you to use it, though. But, draws on your own life force. So.
Oh.
If you were god touched, I suppose it wouldn't be so bad, but, I'm only an elf,
Too
so.
bad we don't have people that are god touched in our party.
Yeah, well, haven't seen one of them for a long time.
No. Do they still make those? Regardless.
No.
Sunlight would have been so nice to have here.
Yeah. I mean, like, even I don't know who made this. I know it came from, it was passed through a bunch of different people. But, a lot of the, at one point it was in Zemrathul. I believe at one point it was, towards Siltharis, you know, in Ixalara, the High Elves. And then we're talking thousands of years ago. The original owner was, she was cool. Yeah.
Right. Well. Thanks anyway. I was just wondering.
No,
I'll go
that's
back
fine.
to my friends. Thank you, by the way, for shielding us. That does remind me, actually. I have a patron who is in direct conflict with the Lord of Torment. You might find him an unlikely ally.
I would suggest
Patron.
Yes. A
You see your like
benefactor.
hand moves almost to like one of the axes.
I look at her. I don't think you want to do that, actually.
Which patron?
I put my hand on my own dagger. A shear.
The Fey Lord.
Yes. Is that a problem?
No. No. I just had to be sure.
Who are you fearing?
There are many things that curl in the dark. Many deals that are made.
That's not an answer.
There are many patrons. Which one do you want?
You know what? We're going in circles. Forget what I said. And I leave. And I go back to my party.
Gio finished the bottle by this point.
I
Now
figured
he's
as
just
much.
eating it.
Cool. I guess it's time to plan a coup.
Well, he's
And I
right
look at
there.
coup.
We should probably recuperate and get some rest.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I almost died multiple times.
I only almost died once today.
I lost track. I wasted so many potions.
It's not a waste because you're still alive, my dear Torsal friend.
Yeah,
That is true.
That's also true. Rip my potion of speed.
Charlie, can we crash here?
What in my?
Maybe not
I mean,
in this
if you want to. Oh, you mean
think
like
we
in?
need-
Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah. You can just grab one of the bunks. I mean, I only have one, so you
Right.
can spoon.
Well, good luck with that. We'll find a bunk.
Okay.
I just sort of go in telepathic. All right. If anyone wants to spoon the weird boy, go ahead. I suggest the rest of us find a bunk to rest.
Yeah.
Or do we want to do anything else today?
I look at Maurice and I go, we had a cart when we came in here. I'm guessing that's been seized by the city, possibly. You have
I
some
mean,
people
not if they
floating about.
don't know whose cart it is. They'll probably just stay there as long as you paid them well.
We did stable it, Bellini,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and we didn't announce that we were from that stable when we attacked. I think it'll be safe. If not, well, maybe it'll turn
Our
up
cart
in
is here.
That's true.
turn up in the lengthy hit list we've made for ourselves.
There's so many ball bearings.
Always get more ball bearings.
What if we need them? It's just.
Sorry, you were saying. We need a meme feed for the stream, like in.
Yeah. I love how her name is Maurice and you guys keep saying Maurice and then I just let it slide a couple of times by accident and now it's just a thing. So
Yeah. Listen, she's new. She could correct us, but she
Yeah.
hasn't.
I don't want to
Yeah.
bash on your accent, but you absolutely said Maurice.
You did.
I also fully
Yeah.
was like, I'm pretty sure the name's Maurice. I'm just going with it.
We can start
um,
calling her Twister if she'd prefer. But someone got that.
We can call her
reference.
soon-to-be ex-owner of a Radiant Armor.
Are you murdering this person?
I might
No,
just
she's just
accidentally
gonna
fall
have
asleep
one-
on her.
She's gonna have an unfortunate accident.
I mean, I can increase my body count.
I mean,
I think
Charlie's
that's a
in the other
different
room.
fight.
That requires less bloodshed.
I will say, as you guys are leaving, you watch Charlie gets out like a very long, like, almost like a Gandalf length pipe, and just begins smoking it, and like the pools of river water hair begin to like get all cloudy. He's just sitting there, a little bit glazed,
But he wasn't watching
looking
it,
away.
Right. Let's get a rest so
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
move the fuck on and murder some people.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make a game plan of the order in which we murder people.
Yes.
'Cause I definitely think like I'm for killing Verkeen the first. We can disrupt the person who runs the military and guards.
Yes.
It might make it easier to kill
Solid plan.
I agree.
others. Yeah, probably kill Verkeen, then Ishkar. I don't know how to kill a vampire. I'm gonna look at Ku.
Well,
I don't know if you know.
it's not much different than killing a person. There's just one extra step.
That's a stake through the chest, right?
That's the extra step. Yes. You have to kill them once. That one's going to take some more homework. We'll need to figure out where they rest, and by rest I mean where the coffin with their body is, because we're going to need that.
And Valessa seems like that's gonna be a bitch. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems good.
but if we can do this,
It's on killing Siler.
Mhm.
This is definitely a team effort. But if you want to do the final blow, we can
Yes.
try to make that happen.
Not that kind of blow.
Hey, let's go.
Maybe that
Didn't
kind
you
of blow
already
was
do that?
I will not divulge what we did that night.
Listen, apparently
mean-
he has a big ego and couldn't
Lady
back it
never
up.
tells.
Lady never tells.
Neither
could-
does
You
Lorraine.
have that chromatic rose. It could be that kind of blow.
that is
That's so true.
Oh God.
What a
I'm
plan.
equal parts happy and very fucking sad that I chose to sleep with this guy. It's conflicting.
I may
Listen-
conflict that some more.
Cool. I love it. Thank you, Papa.
So you'll turn in for
Right.
the night. Maurice does show you
Yeah.
to a room with 6 bunks, although 2 of them aren't being used, so she just kind of gives you that room.
Yeah, Gio's definitely a 2-bunk kind of person.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
sleeping on the floor. I don't want to break it.
So, you will
F
fall
gets
asleep.
his own
Any of
bed.
you taking watches, or are you just kind of like, this is safe enough?
I knocked
Uh,
it out.
I stay up for like 2 hours. I don't wake anyone up if they don't volunteer.
I volunteer. I'll take a watch.
Bellini, you wake up to Ku having a full conspiracy board on one bunk.
That's so cool. I love that.
I just high five him, and start taking notes.
I just, I see, I don't know if any of you guys watch Teen Wolf, which whoever is watching also will know this, but Styles has like a board, and there's one scene where he's like, so green is for things I've solved, blue are for things in work in progress, and red is for things that I still don't know about. And she's like, that's a whole lot of red. Yeah, it's all red. It's all red. I don't know anything. It's like the best scene. Anyway, as you turn in for the night, Ku, During your watch, there is something a little amiss as you look over, and as Geo is asleep, there is a softly cocoon-esque, sort of black and red, like a cocoon around him. Geo, as you are sleeping, you sit up awake, but not in your bed. You stand on an endless plain of black glass. Cracked and scorched, the air is thick with the scent of iron and ash, and the sky above you is weeping threads of crimson that drift like falling petals and vanish before they hit the ground. You hear the shifting of metal and the rattle of chains, as a voice behind you calls out, "So eager, so small, so heavy with potential."
I
As
am
you
not small, sir.
As you react and turn, rises a titanic figure, 20, 30 feet high, hooded, cloaked in heavy chains that drag across the glass. Where its hands should be, there are only bladed manacles, and the chest burns with the sigil of a red flame.
Okay, I might be small to you. I take that back as I look up at him.
Young Gif, should you want to be greater, powerful like me, I can offer you freedom from your limits. Power, forged through purpose. He reaches out, and in his hand appears a warhammer, 10 feet long, made of molten steel and black stone, wreathed in different chains that twitch and move like serpents. Take it. Become my hand, and I will burn your enemies into legend.
Who are you?
I am the Lord Paramount of War, the true deity of conquest. I can give you the power to eliminate whomever you wish, even those that sit on the Dawn Council. All you have to do is take it.
Does this power come with drawbacks?
Only an undying loyalty to your lord.
That comes with...
I will often ask a favor in return.
Do you know what? Fuck it. I take the Warhammer. Gio's not going to say no to getting more powerful.
As you take it, you feel an enormous expanding of your form as you rise to meet the same height as the man before you. A sudden breeze, a breath of spring cuts through the ash as you watch a pool of light expands between you and him, cutting off part of his manacled hands, you still holding on to the hammer. And then light, color, music. A single blooming vine tears through the black glass beneath your feet, winding upward like a dancing, swinging petal. And a voice, not booming but brilliant, rings through the dream like silver bells. He can be yours, but never truly. His spark is mine. The air shimmers, and from the light emerges a tall woman of an almost ethereal grace. Her skin is a pale lilac. Her eyes are completely dark and twinkle with little stars. She has half a porcelain mask that seems broken, showing the rest of her face. And her cloak sort of falls behind her, made of flower petals. Begone, tormentor. Your chains do not reach into my garden. You watch as the form recoils, distorting, chains whipping outwards, him flinging backwards as if shoved with immense force.
I always
And
knew
the
I had a
black
guardian
plane
angel.
shatters. You awaken to Q's eyes on you as the twinkling remnants of a memory of before you were changed, happy, rolling in mud, lingers in your mind. A flower of ash in one hand, and in your right, a wreath of chains all the way up towards your bicep, and a warhammer manifesting in pure black obsidian that clanks to the ground with the weight. I will give you the details of the weapon once you attune to it. For now, it is a +1 warhammer, and it has many other things that it can do. We will leave our session, but not before the camera pans away from our party. As beneath the golden light of the afternoon through stained glass windows of one of the council halls of Obscura, a chamber lies still, emptied of recently departing voices, its marble columns casting long shadows across the polished floor. Councils and nobles have gone, their echoes lost to quiet, but 4 figures remain at the table. They gather around this blackwood table, etched with ancient script, its surface polished smooth by centuries of plotting. Or ruling. A woman leans forward, her face as pale as ivory, her lips stained with the colour of fresh roses, her eyes glowing faintly amber beneath a veil of gold lace. Do not worry about the rebellion. The citizens pray to me for hope, not knowing what they feed. A familiar tall figure stands behind her, clad in severe materialistic red armor, a crimson cloak draped from one shoulder, decorated with gold pins of past campaigns. Slightly different from what you remember, well, what we remember. His skin is carved obsidian, and his eyes do not blink. It was predictable, you were right. At least we let them believe it mattered. Single spark to draw the gaze away from the fire. Almost a slithering, scraping sound, as the third shifts in their chair, hidden by hood that casts shadow over their face. Their names are written. The ink will dry, and when it does, the screaming begins. The last one is sat almost mockingly with his feet up on the table, picking his teeth with a dagger, as Sylar sits there. You should have seen them. Cheering, bleeding, running. Glorious little mice, I nearly wept. Familiar face, though. That grave robber was there, causing trouble again. Don't worry. I can take care of her. The woman in white lifts a hand, curling it around her fingers as you watch part of the necklace sat around Sylar's neck falls and coils in silver around his neck. He hisses in pain, gasping at the chain. Be quiet, vermin. Remember, you serve me. Let them celebrate. Let them believe they won something. Faith, freedom, truth. Whatever it is. She withdraws a black chain, its links red hot to the touch, steaming in the air. She sets it on the table, searing a perfect ring into the surface of the wood. Then let them meet the truth. It's time. Release the Guardian. The chamber trembles faintly, and somewhere far below, beneath the walls, a lock clicks. A chain falls, and something begins to stir. And beneath Obscura, the Lord of Torment listens gently as we fade to black. And that's where we're going to call it there. I hope you guys have had as much fun as I have. We are not here next week because I am in Greece having fun. But we will rejoin our Wyrdcast back the week after for more fun, more drama, more whatever Larea gets up to. And hopefully you guys will join me along too. Remember, you can grab yourself a giveaway on any of our streams on Friday or Saturday, or you can catch any of the creators who are also live on Twitch with various different gaming, storytelling, working, writing, and all of those fun things. Until then, this has been my Wyrdcast. Oh, they're that way. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
And we will see you very soon.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by, a blessing